Okay, we are live, and I'm going to do the stuff I normally do when I first go live.
Yes, it's the taco though.
Oops.
No.
Why is it not? There we go.
So, ugly.
Why is it? There we go.
No.
I was gonna tag everyone, but do I have you on Twitter, Hoshi?
Say it.
I'm trying to @ everybody for the tweet, but I don't know if I have Hoshi specifically on Twitter, or if he has a Twitter.
I did. And you did.
What's your @ again? Because I typed in Hoshi and it gave me a bunch of not you, I think.
Did we? Let me find it right quick.
Let's see.
Copy.
And I should get rid of that. I don't need YouTube open. I accidentally left it open. Boop. Okay. And boop. Well, maybe. Oops. Enter.
I sent you to in DMs.
Alright, I will. There we go. Oh shit, did it get rid of my... Oh no, wait, I'm on the wrong area, that's why. Boop. And... that would be why. Alright, and... Oops. Tweet created. I gotta post in all the other places. And... do-do-do-do...
Here's the question: are you gonna have the same? Is it gonna be the third generation of this the same one that won last time?
No, I figured we'd do different nations this time. I mean, we could always go back to the other one if we want to at some point, or the second generation of this one. But I figured we'd try some new nations for tonight. Because we've done the East, the South, and... I'm drawing a complete blank. The Coast, capitalism. King of the... Castle episode.
We've done the religious zealots, the Kabbalists, and the witches.
I mean, it's a mix. They're like witches and cultists and vampires. And, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can get werewolves up in there too. We just haven't gotten any of the werewolf ones.
Okay, back.
Welcome back. We're almost ready to get started. I'm just doing the stuff I normally do, posting in various different places. about the stream that is currently happening before we get started rolling.
Oh, there you are, Pixel.
Rolling?
Hey!
Hello.
You know, if you would have ran and jumped over that hole, you would have made it.
I know.
I'm guessing this is the forest.
Dead by Daylight.
Or that. I had a
Okay,
50-50 shot.
I'm not used to games where you have to think on the spot. All the games I play are like, you can be as cautious as you need, but goddamn.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight, you can't do that.
Hmm. I mean, when I played Dead by Daylight well, not that long ago, but when I played it, I usually just hugged the corner of the map and went from there. I haven't...
Not me, I have to go in a straight line.
See, that's your problem right there. Going
Oh,
straight.
me and my friends would be racing.
You're on the planet Earth. Going in a straight line will make you go to the wrong spot. You gotta go curve.
Have you played the second one yet?
Nope, I've never even played the first one. This is my first time playing it.
Yeah, the second one is more you thinking on the spot, because that one you have to really pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I'm not looking forward to 4 for Resident Evil.
Okay. Alright, I think we're ready to get started now. I'm going to start making this dynasty.
I'm not ready.
Oh my
Is this a
god.
new dynasty?
Yes. What was that?
Is this a new dynasty?
Yeah, we're going to do a new dynasty with new countries just to change things up a little bit. We might go back to one of the other ones or continue this one at a later point, but I figured let's change things up just a smidge, you know? What should we name this dynasty? This brand new one. Any ideas?
It's a Carpet Dynasty.
Call it,
Yeah.
yeah, Carpet
I think we
Dynasty.
have to, yeah.
Carpet. The Carpet Dynasty. I mean, how could I say no? We're
The
going.
funniest joke from last time.
Where's
Alright.
the zombie?
Zombie?
Yeah.
Oh, Chaco isn't here yet. He's gonna be coming in later in the night. So I'm thinking I want to grab the Barons of the March because I've never played a game with them.
Go with that.
There's only five of them, so we're gonna have to have one come back.
Well, I know which one is my favorite one.
Count to the east.
Yep.
Hell yes, I love them.
All right. So our final nation will either be the Chiefs of the North, the Grandees of the South, and that's it. So we can save Chaco from being a capitalist again.
I mean,
Let's go
with
with
the
the grannies of the
let's go
north.
with Chief of the North, that we did guarantee of the South last time.
Also, I need to grab some water. I'll be right back. I'm fucking dehydrating.
All
Wait,
right.
I can't remember. Yeah, we did do the grannies last time.
Yeah. All right. So the complete left side of the map. Let's go.
I hope I get the counts again.
All right. Anyone who wants to can type !join and your preferred pronouns in. We're going to be waiting a little bit. Pixel's getting some water. He'll be right back. So we got some time to kill while everyone is joining in properly.
Alright, so it's !join.
Yes.
Basically, what I just typed in there.
Okay. So I have no idea how to play this, so
Please. Yes.
All right. So, Broad, you get to be, well, basically communism, because I'm pretty sure Barons of the Marsh is Russia. We have Daluna over
Wonderful.
here as Viking. We have both Pixel and Hoshi as Counts of the
Nice.
East.
I have returned to the counts.
I am part of the counts that I wanted to join the first time.
Yes.
Congratulations, you two. You're vampires.
Yep. You get your vampires or whale rolls or witches or just, general cultists. It's unclear. But you're good at farming. For some reason.
We're just eccentric. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, being part of the undead, that allows you to farm all through the day and night.
It's true.
You
I mean, we had the zombies farmed for us last time, so
It turned out okay. They ended up getting us free labor.
Yeah.
right.
Everybody
have someone-
wins.
And I have someone to voice act with instead of having to do all the voices myself.
Yeah. But it looks like Broad and Daluna are going to be alone because it looks like we don't have a lot of people in at the moment, but I'm sure it'll eventually start building up. We are starting early, so that might be a factor. But I think we're good to get properly started for the time being.
I mean, it's your collaboration streams that are usually like the biggest.
Yeah. And I mean, like, anyone can join at any time as long as they type the join command. I noticed you didn't put your pronouns in when you joined, so you have a chance of being a lady.
They, them.
Oh, but...
Every time you don't add whatever, it's they, them.
Oh, really? I thought it just randomized it. Good to know.
That was Data.
Well, you know, the best place to start is Coronation. We've technically already read this one, but I'll do it again. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Why the hurry? To delay any longer would make the nobles restless. And when nobles get restless, they take their daggers and look for the nearest back. Well, we wouldn't want that, I suppose. I love how nonplussed that answer is. Like, I guess I don't want to get stabbed in the back.
Do I want a party or do I want to get stabbed? I'm gonna go and get the party.
Yeah.
Worth the risk.
As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. What? But it's my coronation! This isn't an absolute monarchy, Your Majesty. Everything has to run past the council vote, even this. Shall we call the nobles in? I think we shall. So, our first vote is, how are we doing my coronation? Are we hosting a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine? This will lower our treasury but increase our stability. Will we invite foreign dignitaries and show off our wealth? That will lower the treasury, increase trade, and increase wealth. Do we throw the king in the river? That'll increase stability but lower authority. Or, the nobles must put on a vast banquet for the king. That will increase the farming, but decrease our wealth. So, at this moment, for anyone new to this, I can choose to veto one of these options, so you can't select it. I can pick an option here that I like, that will give it an extra vote to maybe sway things. And to vote, I believe you type in vote and the letter you're voting for, with a space in between them.
What's up, Bubba?
Hey,
Hi,
Bubba.
Bubba.
You're free to join whenever you like, as is tradition. Currently, our nobles are both Hoshi and Pixel in the counts. We have Daluna in the chiefs, and we have Broden over here in the marshes. So they could use some assistance. And, I mean, I'm actually fine with whatever at this point. Feel free to vote however you like. Again, it's exclamation vote and then the letter of your choice.
I suggest we vote A because we've never gotten jugglers before.
I would love some jugglers. It's the one that I'm most interested in seeing.
You know
I'm
what?
okay with that because actually, like, that's the one I haven't seen either.
And I see someone wanted to throw me in the river. Alright, no worries.
I just realized, what's his name? Alex's girlfriend is here.
Oh, the
Hey,
I'm sorry, go ahead. The coronation is a great success. Jugglers, wine, fireworks, and feasts. It has an impact on your treasury, of course, but what doesn't? Oh, whoops, I need to do that. Alright,
Not my money.
our stability is up, and it's time to introduce ourselves to the council proper. Now that you're king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Your nobles hail from across the kingdom, the wintry north, the desolate east, and of course, the bleak marsh. Wow, they all sound so inviting. you know what? I think we're going to introduce ourselves to the Barons of the March first. So this is your line, Brodden.
Oh. Hail and well met, Your Majesty. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape,
Alright, now let's go with the Chiefs of the North. Daluna. You know what, it occurs to me, I should probably share my stream with you guys too, so you don't have to read this on a delay.
Yeah, but then that'll make your stream go.
Look,
go in.
days ahead, Your Highness. You'll need it. Do it with us a lot.
That's true. If you guys are fine with the delay, I guess I'll keep it like this to just not make the stream chug.
I mean, it's not like it's a video game with a heavy storyline that's gonna cut us off.
Right.
I suppose. And last but certainly not
Right,
least,
like-
oh, look who it is.
In honor to finally make your acquaintance, Your Grace, may you escape the dawn that belief your predecessor.
Oh no.
It befell your predecessor.
All of them sound positive except for the counts. The council hall... Oops, sorry, go ahead.
That's you.
Oh, yeah, I was about to start reading it. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. I thought I clicked it. There we go. Alright, and last, but certainly not least, we have the path to victory!
I love how Hosha wasn't even a part of it.
Right.
I mean, he's a count. He was in the background somewhere.
Yes.
When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? You know what? I'm gonna go for Peacekeeper again. I've lost every time I've gone for it, but damn it, I'm gonna give it a shot. An admirable aim. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's stability as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Alright, and now we end the season. Meanwhile, Kespar of the Broadenrod bloodline, notorious marcher trapper, stands before a blazing hearth roaring with with arms outstretched. So, Brodden, do you want to read all the NPCs from your area, or do you want me to read NPCs that don't have your name?
Oh, I can do it.
Alright.
When have the Barons of the March back down from a fight? Never. I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful king, on the throne.
Alright, so you need to choose how will you take over the throne. Will you use subterfuge, which is lowering stability? Will you modernize, lower the other's military? Or will you use propaganda and try to lower stability? Two of these are in direct conflict of my goals.
So it's the same thing, exclamation,
Yeah,
vote, space.
whichever one you want to pick that letter. There is a little bit of leeway in the timing because it doesn't stop till I hit continue, but since you're the only noble right now, we'll just move on. Voting has closed, and it looks like it's subterfuge. The barons plan
Yes.
to replace the king's advisors with their own agents. First, they must prove they're doing a bad job. To advance their schemes, the barons must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Meanwhile, in the east, Nicole of the Royal Hoshi Dynasty, well-known Eastern chess master, leans delicately on a podium, whispering carefully. Hoshi?
My fellow counts, in ancient times the East was his own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory. But not while the false king Draco Magnius wears the crown.
Alright, Counts, how will you try to get me out of here? Will it be a blood ritual to raise the highest farming? Ascension, lower your own faith, or possession, lower your own defiance.
Let's go with B.
Yeah, I like B.
Bunch of faithless heathens.
I mean, I was the most faithful one last game.
Yeah, but not this game.
Hey, it worked before.
Yes, it is.
It's true. The Counts plan to induct the king into their secret cult and offer him immortality in exchange for the throne. First, they must reduce the power of the Eastern Church. To advance their schemes, the Counts must lower their faith to 4 or less in 3 seasons.
Lose faith.
And last but certainly not least, the Frozen North. Last call of the Daluna 13 clan, charismatic political mastermind, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, spitting as they speak.
Chiefs of the North, we all know I should be on the throne. Not this imposter Draco Magnius. How do we make that happen?
Indeed, how do you make that happen? Do you try and get a doppelganger in, lower your defiance? Do you use intimidation, raise stability, which works in my interest? Or do you try to get Ragnarok, raise your own military?
You know what? War!
Alright.
Yes.
We already have the strongest military so far.
I mean, by a single point, yes.
Absolutely nothing.
And he's a Viking, so it's like, yeah, this works.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Ragnarok makes sense. Ragnarok it is. The chiefs plan to make an alliance with the ice giants to take over the kingdom. First, they must not be weak, or the giants won't take their proposal seriously. To advance their schemes, the chief must raise their military to 5 or more in 4 seasons. And I have a pun, so give me a hot second, and I'm gonna grab one for y'all.
God damn it.
Sure, let's grab from here. You. What are you? How did the hipster burn his tongue? He drank his coffee before it was cool. Oh, we got another pun.
God damn.
I'll read that pun too. I cannot be stopped. You know, old lawyers never die. They just lose their appeal. Alright, let's continue the laws of the land. I can choose a new law to add to my list here. Call for unity. +1 stability if more than 50% of the nobles vote for any one option. Ooh! So I'm gonna grab that. That sounds fun. Let us end the season officially. Alright. See, we have Horror in the East, a call for apprentices, and I need to decide my honor guard. That seems pressing since I'm not really guarded right now. One evening, you're sitting up in bed, reading some paperwork, when a filth-encrusted peasant wanders into your bedchamber, as bold as brass. Hello, your Madge! Glad I finally found you. This bloody place is a maze. Mind if I take a seat? Who are you? Oh, me? My name's Ralph, your Madge. Pleased to meet you. Listen, I've got a bloody great idea for you. What if gangrene could be cured with moldy bread? I haven't tried it yet, but I've got a good feeling. Before Ralph can explain further, your marshal burst into the bedchamber, sword drawn. Your Majesty, sorry I didn't come sooner. I have no idea where the palace watch are. Do you want me to kill this intruder?
Don't kill the Australian.
You know,
Yes.
no, I want to hold a vote on his proposal. Whatever you say, your Majesty. She goes and gathers your council, who trickle into the hall in their pajamas, rubbing sleep from their eyes. They don't look particularly pleased to be woken up. Listen, we have a medical advancement that could potentially be happening right now. This is important. So, should moldy bread be used to treat infected wounds? Yes, and the pilot program will be in the East. This will lower defiance, raise stability, and raise military. Yes, and the pilot program will be in the north. This will lower defiance, raise stability, and raise the military. Or same thing, but marshes. It does that. Or no, this is incredibly stupid. And you know,
Yeah,
I'm just going to make a quick call for unity. And let's see how this goes. I think you might have to vote again because you didn't put it in, Pixel.
This is stupid. Who the fuck eats moldy bread?
It's
No.
not moldy bread either. It's moldy oranges.
Who the hell eats moldy oranges?
Moldy oranges produce penicillin.
Quick, hurry, you gotta vote. There's only 10 seconds remaining, everyone.
We technically don't have the technology for
that
this,
one.
so therefore
Okay.
we don't know that.
God damn it.
basically incredibly stupid.
I can't believe you all
what kind of-
went again.
It's like tomatoes. Since we all eat on lead plates, tomatoes are technically poisonous.
Well, you know what? This is a call for unity, so I get that stability either way, but damn.
Dude, what moldy food will heal you? That's just ridiculous.
I mean, he's had a really good feeling about it. Maybe it's the sleep deprivation talking here, considering I had a guy burst into my royal chambers, but it sounded like a good idea at the time. The nobles shuffled back out of the council hall, rolling their eyes and stifling yawns. Your Majesty, if that peasant had been a maniac with a crossbow, I dread to think what could have happened. One thing's clear from this mess. It's that you need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe, not like the pathetic watch. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. Tell me about the veterans of the marsh. These soldiers have fought more battles than they had hot dinners. They'll be uncouth, no doubt, and won't adapt well to life in the palace, but they're loyal and tough as nails. Okay. Tell me about the northern warriors. Bearded oafs with axes and no manners. They'll get drunk and cause trouble in the palace. No discipline at all. And I can't guarantee they won't run off on some random quest, but they're honorable and in a fight, unbeatable. What about the Eastern Knights? What do they got going on? The Order of the Drowned Rose are highly respectable. They'll understand palace etiquette, but it's been years since they fought an actual battle. They mostly write poems these days. Alright, I've made my decision. I wait your verdict with bated breath, Your Majesty. So I'm gonna go with the veterans from the marsh.
Yes.
It seemed like the smartest decision. I will make the arrangements at once. The veterans arrive a few weeks later. They march into the throne room in perfect formation before lining up behind your throne. Hands on their sword hilts, each soldier sports a bigger scar than the last.
I'm gonna
Alright.
survive on moldy bread too.
Yeah, you know, maybe we could have used that bread for something, but oh well.
This stuff is still disgusting.
All you gotta
But
do
yes,
is-
actually, above game. In real life, that actually is how you get penicillin. You let the peel of oranges mold.
Huh. The more you know.
Or-
You guys aren't open to the minds of science.
See, since we are technically of a certain decade, all of our problems can be solved by praying to God or making a deal with Satan.
Well, you don't
Bad
want to
news,
do
Your
that
Majesty.
last one, but yes.
A
So-
meddling wizard has set up shop in Crozon.
Oh no!
I believe it is Betsy, Lord of the Bells.
My god. Tell me more about this wizard. Wizards have managed to tame creation itself. They wield untold power and are naturally distrusted by the church. Even the High Inquisitor wouldn't dare to move against them openly. Burzgt has influence over sound and its counterpart, silence. Though this power seems meager compared to other wizards, they are not to be underestimated.
They put out a call for new apprentices. It's a rare event. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many. Rows of unwashed, glory-singing common folk all over the north are lining up for their chance.
Pixel?
Pixel! Oh my god, not you!
Not just peasants, creatures of X, have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce, but those peasants are no match. I will be the most powerful noble this council has ever seen.
You couldn't even put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servant's help.
Damn, that's a mad shade.
Oof.
You expect me to put my own clothes on? Royalty?
What barbarians put their own clothes on?
It's madness.
I know, right?
It's unbelievable. But, Daluna?
Oh. We can't let this go ahead. To have a potential wizard on the council would present a clear and present danger or conflict of interest.
How?
Wizards only answer to themselves. Their power is unmatched, such that entire kingdoms cannot stand against them. Even an apprentice on the council would be disastrous. Creature of X could use magic to interfere with votes, or you for that matter.
Then we shall assemble the council.
I don't believe that.
God bless you, Your Highness.
Alright, so what are we gonna do, folks? Do we allow Count Creatures of X to become Bursk's apprentice? This will raise and lower defiance accordingly. Do we require they forfeit their noble title in order to become apprentice? This will lower wealth, but increase the treasury. Or do we forbid Creatures of X from traveling to Kolshaven?
Look, all I'm saying is if he wants to be a freaking apprentice, he has to drop his nobility.
You know what? I like that.
I don't think so. Just because someone is noble doesn't mean that they should drop their nobility just to become an apprentice.
You're going from a master to an apprentice. This is basically easy.
Although, if you allow me to go into apprenticeship, that means that I will be gone, and you won't have to deal with me.
It's a tie, but my monarch vote swings it off to forfeiting your nobility to become an apprentice.
Damn it.
Make me a common peasant.
Yes. Suffer.
Suppose that's an acceptable compromise.
Creatures of X begins their journey to Kolshavan immediately. He has spent all of his wealth, given it to us, forfeited his title. Their successor, Count Creatures of X II, inherits their position on the council, but the treasury confiscates the vast majority of their wealth as payment.
I love how it says Creature of X has died.
You died, but you're also not dead?
No, he might as well be dead. He's a wizard now. We'll never
You're a
hear
wizard,
from him
man.
again.
See, this is what happens when you got rid of my nobility. You know, you just killed me, everybody. Thank you. I'd rather die than live as a peasant.
But you'd be a wizard peasant.
Those other fools voted for that. I did. Don't worry, we will get them back.
Burzkit's presence in Kolshaven attracts all sorts of visitors. Though the power of their latent magic starts to wilt crops for miles around, the farming in the north goes down by 2, but their trade is modest. I mean, it's already really freaking cold up there. That's probably not the best that farming has gone down.
Don't worry, you'll just go hungry.
No, we're trading for more food. Do you not understand that?
Horror in the east. Hoshi.
Your Grace, a monster has been stalking my farm at night, smashing down doors in cottage, and feasting on the peasants inside.
Goodness, how many victims?
Dozens, Your Grace, and only a few have survived the attack. The survivors tell a garble story about a gleaming fame amid a mountain of blood-sucking fur.
Well, yep, that sounds like it do be werewolves. Well, Council, what shall we do? Will we send the Count's armies to deal with the abomination? That has a, I think, 85% chance of success, because their military is pretty strong. Do we offer a substantial bounty on the monster? This will lower defiance. Or this is no concern of ours. It'll lower farming and stability. Well, that sounds bad, so I'm going to just veto that last one. We have to do something about the werewolf.
I mean, you could just let them be. I mean, what's one beast?
Don't worry, Grace.
Let's let the army do it.
Our army is strong enough just to take out the beast.
Why spend money when you can send an army?
It's true.
I
It's
agree.
very true.
I think that this would be a good test for our armies.
Oh, wait, it's a 35% chance of success. I couldn't tell because the text was smaller. Oh, boy.
And
So
let the
then
people decide
35.
it.
All
They're
right.
strong enough to figure it out on their own.
Well, let's see if we get a really good dice roll.
Please.
The nobles have voted to send the armies to deal with the abomination. Hey! It was low, but we succeeded. The Count's armies dispatches a task force of elite knights to track down the beast. The scouts report back they found the monster's trail. You await further news of their success. And nothing of bad consequence happened. Everything's coming up, Kingdom of Carpets. Alright, we now have an auction. So each building will increase or decrease certain things in the kingdom or your specific zone. For example, if the chiefs build that fortress, their military goes up. You can use your wealth in any of the various buildings as you want to try and swing things in your favor. If you want to actually fund a building, you type in !fund, and then you type in the letter of the building and how much you are putting in. And we will start our auction now that the rules are familiar. We have a new person joining in. Let me see. Looks like Lady Frostiron is part of the Chiefs. Welcome to the Chiefs. It's very apt for your username. So everyone should have 1,000 gold to put, at least 1,000 gold to put in. We're going to start the auction off. I'd really like that library, but or the monument. Both are really nice, but you know, it's up to you what gets chosen.
I say we vote E.
Frost Iron. My apologies.
I have
Well,
no
Lady
money
Frost.
to fund.
Yeah,
No,
you
no, no.
don't. You had to spend it all to, you know, not become.
We'll fund F for the observatory.
Welcome, Lady Frostine. Joining me in making our military stronger by adding to this fortress.
I mean, yes, that is the smart move. Let's
Above
see.
game, like,
Lower.
Ours is just like we need to have our military be the strongest so we can actually overthrow Draco.
Yes.
Yeah, and we need our faith down.
Yeah, so maybe if you want to block off the,
Oh, no.
you know, the counts, you could fund something else. I mean, there's a prison. Oh, wait, but I don't want the prison to get funded now that I think about it. That would lower stability, and
Why
I don't
not?
want that. But
Why
time
not?
is up. And it looks like the fortress and the observatory are getting built, which furthers both the chiefs and the count's goals.
Dang it.
Let's see, the knight's return, finding a spouse, and a rogue golem. That sounds interesting, but you know what? I should probably find a spouse. In the twisty passages of your castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, and even the spy master. But there's one person you can't avoid. Your mother.
No.
Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's almost been a year. I've been busy. You better find time. Don't worry. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What's your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? Women. Excellent. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Alright, we'll see how that goes, but I'm really interested in this rogue golem thing going on down here.
Don't worry about it.
Rodden, the floor is yours.
A rogue golem has crossed into our territory over the Ashmeaden border, Your Majesty. This could be an exciting opportunity.
What's a paladin?
What's a golem?
I'm sorry though. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
A machine in the shape of a man, usually sculpted from clay or stone or flesh. The Ashmeadens use them for drudge work in warfare.
We're just going to ignore the flesh ones. They don't exist, as far as I'm concerned. But,
Yeah, totally.
You know, why did it cross over here?
We have a name for that. That's Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
It was instructed to dig a trench, but it evidently was not told when to stop. It
So-
kind of just kept digging.
So it's just digging the perma-trench.
Yep.
Dig a tunnel.
It's building the reverse wall. It dug a 16-mile furrow through the landscape and over the border by the time we stopped it.
Huh.
Please, my liege, this is our chance to figure out how this golem magic works. We can even turn it against the Ashmead.
Well,
Or science.
I do like arcane golems.
We must do it for science.
Your Majesty, the barons would drown their own grandmothers to gain an advantage over Ashmead, or over the chiefs and counts. Golems are an offense to the ninth god, and they are dangerous. We should destroy it before it gets out of control. Actually, if you consider the actual lore of golems, they're a gift from God to the Jewish people to protect them from anyone who would attack them. So really, it's a religious thing.
I mean, seeing how high my faith is, I see no problem with it.
So, use it as a source of labor that has a 50% chance of success. We could add it to the Marcher army that is a 60% chance of success. We could take it apart and figure out its secrets that will boot as a 60% chance of success. Or we could just destroy it, which will increase defiance, increase faith, and increase stability. That increase in stability is pretty tasty, but you know what? I'm going to call for unity here. That way I can get whatever I want if y'all just, work together a little bit. Let's vote.
I should put it as a source of labor. Oops.
I mean, it would be a pretty good source of labor, honestly.
But it's also a golem. It is very, very strong.
It's true.
I'm stupid.
It'd be great for an army, but I see working in labor would probably be very advantageous.
Mm-hmm.
It's an untiring
I mean-
workforce.
Just
Or-
get in one of those Miller things that spins around and it just keeps walking in a circle forever.
It's true.
You have a good point.
I mean, we could also take it apart and just make golems as we see fit, but we still have some people to vote, I believe.
I say we just take it apart to figure out its secrets. The more secrets we know from them, the more we can make more. For the laborers. Or to add to the army.
All right, Daluna, you could be a deciding vote here. You could tie it up if you want to take it apart and figure out its secrets. Or you could also have us destroy it and do all the different things with defiance going up, faith going up, stability going up. Looks like it's going to be a source of labor, but will it work out? We'll have to see how it goes with a coin flip chance of victory.
Look, all I'm saying is that if we can make more of these, free labor.
It's true.
That's why we have to take it apart and find the secrets.
Capital idea. We'll hook it up to a mill and tell it to keep crank... Oh, sorry, I'm reading Broden's line. My mistake. Broden, the floor is yours.
A capital idea. We'll hook it up to a mill and tell it to keep cranking a handle and presto, endless moldy bread.
Hooray! And our stability went up. Faith went down. It works out exactly as described. The golem works tirelessly, grinding flour day and night. We succeeded. The marshes farming is up. Their trade is now prosperous. It's a good day for everyone in the marshes and the kingdom. With all this bread we're making. And
All this moldy bread.
The Knights return. Your
And
Majesty.
did exactly as I said.
Your Majesty, we found the eastern monster feasting on the remnants of some unlucky peasant. It lopped away before we could kill it, so we followed at a distance. What happened? The beast made its way back to a grand keep, it belonging to Count Creatures of X II. Wow. Is your son a werewolf?
Maybe?
Before my very eyes, I witnessed this colossal, bloodthirsty beast transform back into Count Creatures of X II. Their servants washed the blood off and took them inside.
Holy crap, you are a fucking werewolf.
So the monster is a count. Regrettably so. What should I do? I suggest we hunt down Count Creatures of X II and bring them back to your dungeon before they hurt anyone else.
Yeah.
I would have
Makes
done
sense.
this already. Sorry,
You
go
guys
ahead.
already killed my dad. Leave me alone.
I would have done this already, but I thought we should check with you first, Your Majesty. Yes, please deal with this. Defiance goes up, authority goes up, and military goes down. You know what? I think this seems like the sort of thing we should absolutely put to a vote. Oh, hey, Sparrow. The council is shocked at the revelation that Count Creatures of X II could be responsible for the horrors in the East. By the way, Sparrow, if you want to join in, just type in !join and she, her, and you'll be a noble. Creatures of X?
Sparrow is currently watching, what do you call it, a watch party of Star Wars stuff, so they're not here. Also, infamy! Libel! I am innocent!
That's just what a werewolf would say. But, this is up to the council. Do we send a team of inquisitors to investigate these claims? Faith will go up, defiance will go up. Do we arrest Count Creatures of X at once, raising their defiance, raising my authority, lowering their military? Or do we order Count Creatures of X II to control their condition? Hey man, just stop being a werewolf for a little bit, okay? Just get a handle on your werewolfism.
I say we vote C. You've already defamed my father, getting rid of his title, and then killed him. I feel as if I am deserving of this.
Yes,
Look, all I'm gonna say is that being a werewolf actually sounds kind of cool.
you owe this man this. You did kill his father, sending him off and making him lose his nobility.
I
So-
mean,
I have complete faith in him that he can control his condition.
And if he doesn't, we get to kill him.
I guess we could go to that later, but, you know, I'm just gonna say, we could send the Inquisitors to investigate, because this could all just be nothing, really. We should have someone investigate these claims before we do anything drastic and/or nothing at all.
Actually, you know what? That's fair.
I say we do nothing at all. Just let me have my, let me control my own thing.
Oh wait, I forgot to... We still had people that had to vote. My bad. But it did seem to be turned in one very specific way. We're sending
They
these
only
people-
had one vote up.
Yeah. We're sending the Inquisitors to investigate to make sure that Count Creatures of X is in fact a werewolf. I am honored by your trust, Your Highness. A team of Inquisitors dispatched the investigation of the claim that Count Creatures of X II somehow turns into a monster. Hopefully they'll return intact. The counts, of course, register their disapproval that the church is meddling in their private affairs. They wanted the matter dealt with, but not like this!
Like this!
Oh no.
How dare the church do an investigation? They should just get rid of the werewolf, God!
Insolent fools.
Alright, that's the end of the season, and guess what time it is? That's right, it's tax season! And, you know, I mean, Rodden has the highest wealth, so I think I'm gonna tax the barons the
No.
most.
Hear me out, Draco. What if you don't?
Yeah, you got all that money out there.
You know, that's...
How about I sway you, Draco?
Mhm. It's a compelling argument, but I do like money. I mean,
Now, Your Grace, if you take the bribe for us, we can make sure your stability goes up.
That's a very good point. You know what? Sure. I'm willing to bribe the counts to make sure my stability goes well.
Not to mention we're broke, so.
Bishop's request.
Right, that's the only reason why I said it.
Well, let's check my options. I have found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young woman from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely, you'll be securing a powerful alliance. And a partner for life to have and to hold, don't forget. I suppose so, but the alliance comes first. Mother leads you to the Great Hall where she's arranged 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered with a cloth. Alright, then let's see the eligible bachelorettes. She whisks away a cloth from the first portrait. This is Sorcha, firstborn daughter of the Northern Lady Frostiron clan. She's your typical northern lass, as far as I can tell. Big and loud, and all the social graces of a goat, but means well.
She looks like a man.
Jesus.
Wow. Spends most of her time ranging. Spends most of her time ranging the mountaintops, hunting wolves and wyverns and other strange northern beasts. Had a bit of a controversy a while back with her clan hall burned down. Apparently, her peasants were to blame. I can see the appeal. This is Avina, eldest daughter of the Eastern Royal Hoshi Dynasty. I met her at a party once, but all she did was squeak out hello and run off. She seemed nice enough. She lost half the family fortune in the gambling halls, unfortunately. She's got some trouble with the Inquisition a while ago, but it didn't come to anything. I don't see what the fuss is about, personally.
Oh, wait, well, again, Draco, I just went ahead and deleted that because I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't really see. I just saw it was a big message. And finally, we have the Marches offering. Emmy, scion of the prestigious Broadenrod bloodline. A typical baroness, really. Loud and brash and self-absorbed, but mostly well-meaning. Like most of the barons, her great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from her crossbow. Oh, and she's not popular with the peasantry? Something about her sets their teeth on edge. Sounds like a laugh. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance.
Now, my liege, it's most gracious to go with the Eastern candidate. Yes, she might have a tad gambling problem, but she is great with her people. The other 2 happen to have their peasants burn down their place of business, and the other one, their peasants just plain on hate them. Now, that is not good for, I would say, your image and the stability of the kingdom.
That is
I would argue that she would gamble all your money away.
That's also,
Can't run a kingdom on empty coffers.
That's also true. Is that a risk I want to take?
But still, you can always tax the people that money back. But on the top of that, to get the stability that you want, you need the people on your side, not against you. So going with the other 2 will be the worst option.
You know what?
I would also argue that that increasing taxes on the people is a way to go against stability. It will make people upset if you start taking more and more of their money.
Look, I'm not gonna say anything because it's not technically my daughter that I'm defending. So
It's true. You're defending Lady Frostiron's daughter.
the fact that she's a hunter actually will be really good for you, though.
You know
And
what?
she's also a really good hunter too. No one can beat her with a crossbow.
But the peasants definitely hate her. With Sorcha,
And-
it's an issue of the
She
peasants
just
are
has resting
believed
bitch face.
to burn
Don't
her
worry about that.
down.
Resting bitch face.
Mm.
If she has a resting bitch face, then the peasants still wouldn't hate her. enough to burn down a tavern or where the place was.
Longhouse.
Longhouse, yes.
And then I could take a gamble on Emmy because I don't get the possible hit of the peasant's negativity, but we're not exactly swimming in cash right now. I think I'm gonna go with Sorcha.
But still, my liege. Yeah, damn it.
Alright, I've made my decision is what I had to hit. I'm gonna go with Sorcha. Excellent, I'll make the arrangements. Alright, now that that's done, we got a lot going on in the north. Let's see what this occupational hazard is about. We've received a message from the wizard Burzk, Your Majesty. I heard it in my mind during breakfast. It was quite disturbing. I see, he has the sending spell. Good to know. Their new apprentice, Creatures of X, has died.
Oh my god!
This is quite normal, Your Majesty. The survival rate of wizard apprentices is less than 1 in 10. Jesus! That's a really
Actually, that
small
makes sense.
turnover.
Did you see the Sword Stone? I mean, Wart almost died like 4 times.
It's true.
Why do you guys keep killing me off?
I mean, I didn't try to. You just decided to join a wizard apprenticeship, and then you died because of that.
It's because you got rid of my royalty.
Right?
Regardless, Burzkit has sent us compensation. How charitable.
What are the damage they already brought on Kestron? We received compensation for that?
Alas, no. Only this 150 gold. Perhaps the council will have an idea what to do with it.
I'm
Alright.
not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure you're worth a whole lot more than 150 gold.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked. It's only worth 150? Boo. But, here are our options, Council. We could give it to their successor, Count Creatures of X II, the potential werewolf. We lose that 150, he gains 150 in his wealth. We could pay the chiefs for the magical damage in Kolshavan. That has a 40% chance of success. Or, we build a statue celebrating Creatures of X bravery. This will lower our treasury and increase defiance, or we just keep it for the treasury.
Look, I'm gonna say something nice. Creatures of X II doesn't deserve to be punished for the sins of his father, so I'm just gonna say let's give him his proper due.
Right.
I just want to build a statue.
It's
Remembering him for how he was.
It is compensation for his death, so it should go to his son.
That's fair, but let's start the vote, everyone. How are we going to vote? Will it go to Count Creatures of X II? Will we try to give it to the chiefs, see how that works out? Do we make a statue celebrating his bravery? Or do we just keep it for me?
Also, to be fair, I don't think my father would ever want a statue made of him as a peasant, which is why he probably died in the first place.
Look, I'm going to point out the fact that he wasn't really brave. He was kind of foolish for joining a wizard. But I'm just trying to give him back at least what what his son deserves by giving him some of the money he lost.
Right.
I just think it would be funny.
Alright, it will go to Count Creatures of X II.
I got your $150, Pixel.
Hey, we're at a stability of 9.
Thanks for the $1.50.
Sorry your dad died. Here's $1.50.
Listen,
Go
I'm
buy a
really
Costco
sorry
hot dog.
about your dad. Have this $1.50, get yourself something nice, like a soda or something.
You can buy the Costco hot dog soda combo.
It's true, you could. But, Creatures of X.
That's it. This is an insult to my namesake's memory. Who does this wizard think they are?
Burzkit, the sound wizard. Take it or leave it. Here's some extra sorry for your loss. Why don't you ask them for more?
Let's fight I'd say we fight the wizard.
I would
I'd
Fuck
say
it.
we fight the wizard, honestly.
fight the
Because they, Like if they're just being an asshole, they deserve it.
With all due respect, Your Grace, have you not heard the idiom, they demanded money from a wizard, it means to die?
I had not heard that idiom, but that is a really good idiom. No need to get snarky. Your suggestion doesn't go down well. Apparently you should have known better. I mean, you know what? That's fair. My
Just gave
bad.
me extra cash. Should have just gave me extra cash.
Your Majesty, I wish to speak to you about the situation in the north. Too long have northerners been allowed to worship their heathen tree gods in brazen defiance of the ninth god. Allow me to send some of my best missionaries to the north. It's for the good of the realm. Let's see. I mean, I could just give him my express permission. That's an 80% chance of success. I could bring it to the council.
I say ignore it. Let them be.
You know what? Listen, I'm fine with them worshipping whoever the hell they want, but, you know, we could introduce a little faith, see if anyone wants to convert.
I mean, you know what happened the last time the church tried to force conversion?
The Spanish Inquisition.
Wonderful! I will make the preparations right away. Look, I'm just introducing them. I'm hoping that they can, you know, not be miserable about it.
Have you ever heard of Lord Saber, the ninth god?
Anyway, the other regions are less than thrilled you did not consult the council about the Archbishop's request, but it doesn't stop the mission from going ahead as planned.
They're going to regret that.
Your stable and prosperous kingdom gives weight to the missionary's words. How else could the kingdom be doing so well, if not blessed by the ninth god himself, though? Oh, look at that. It turns out to be a rip-roaring success. Trust in the clergy is high, and so the northern common folk convert in droves, whole cities at a time. The Archbishop is more than pleased. He even diverts some of the new northern tithe to you as thanks, topping off the treasury. See? And it all worked out in the end.
I can't believe he destroyed their original religion and faith.
Look, I didn't destroy anything. I just introduced a new religion that a bunch of people decided to convert to. It didn't mention that they were attacking anybody. It just said, hey, here's this new religion. And then a bunch of people liked it.
All I'm saying, forcing people to change their beliefs. Anyway.
Deep in the forests of the March, Baron Broadenrod has gone boar hunting with a few of his close friends.
You know, I brought my good friend Andrews here.
Technically, that's how a cult starts, but yeah.
The kingdom was supposed to be chaos by now. Chaos! Instead, everyone's getting along with each other. It's sickening.
Ugh, unity and peace? Revolting.
Ugh. Damn and blasted, we can hardly argue that the king's advisors are doing a bad job when the whole kingdom's turned into one big picnic.
The Baron's aim is to lower stability to 4 or less.
It's kind of hard when the game's not giving me any options to lower stability, but whatever.
It's true. And I also have a law that allows me to get stability every time there's a 50% or more group in a vote. So I didn't know that law existed. I have lost every single stability, and I just got that for the first time in this session. In a
Must be nice.
Yeah. In a tiny village to the far east, 2 counts meet in a derelict tavern. No one dares even glance in their direction. Oshi?
Another priest left my state today. He said there was no sense preaching to the truly lost.
Preachers of X?
I've heard the same across the east. We are no longer trapped under the church's thumb.
Now we must not falter. If the king grows proud, we can offer him the ultimate reward of immortality.
For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must raise authority to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Well, that's already there. Let's see. Stop the count, sets the timer to 15 seconds, and the vote will automatically close when the timer's over. Anonymous voting. How the nobles choose to vote is hidden from the monarch's view, or swing voting. After voting, nobles can change their minds and vote for a different option. I'm actually kind of happy with everything I have right now, so I'm just gonna leave the laws as they are. You know what, let's go to the royal wedding. Your wedding to Sorcha is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. Feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Sorcha at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I do. Then I pronounce you king and wife. And authority has gone up. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast. And after the feast, a dance. Your new wife Sorcha dances so vigorously that she spills wine all over herself. The stability is now at serene. Authority is at imperious. And the defiance has gone down for everyone. By the time you find yourself alone with Sorcha, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. Good God, I'm so drunk! And yet somehow not drunk enough! Time for more wine! Oh, jeez. How are you still so full of energy? Oh, you sound just like my mother. She's been asking that question since I was 5 years old and swinging from the chandelier.
She's been drunk her whole life.
So, what do you like to do in your spare time? Nothing beats the romance of the hunt, roaming the great outdoors searching for my prey. What did you think of the wedding? Was it damned beautiful from the start to finish, wasn't it? I had a whale of a time. I'm glad to hear. Shall we go to bed together? No time like the present, eh? She swings back the last dregs of her wine and leads you to bed. Oh my. Anywho, let's see how Creatures of X II is doing with the Inquisition and see if they've uncovered any werewolfism or lycanthropy. Your Majesty, I've received word back from the Inquisitors you sent to the east to investigate the claims about Creatures of X II and their nocturnal activities. And we've placed Creatures of X II in heavy iron chains and waited until nightfall. They transformed into a vicious monster, black fur, claws like scythes. It broke free and killed dozens of Inquisitors before we subdued it. It's clear that Creatures of X II was a devil worshipper, cursed by the Ninth God for their sins. We request permission to burn them alive in town square. The counts won't like that. I should hold a vote. The Ninth God is watching, Your Highness. Do not think you can defy his will. Look, I'm not saying I want to defy his will. I'm just saying we should probably put this to a vote. We can't just be burning fucking nobles willy-nilly.
We could have just left good be good and just let me control it on my own.
All right.
Yeah, just let him I say vote C. Just let him, you can. I trust him to keep things under control.
Well, our options are to send soldiers to kill Creatures of X II in secret. This will raise defiance, it will raise authority, and it will lower their military. Or our military. Do we throw Creatures of X II into your dungeons? This will raise authority, lower military, lower stability. Or do we order Creatures of X to keep control of their condition, damn it? Or do we burn the beast alive in public?
I say we leave him alone, let him control it.
I
agree with the other guy.
I agree with that. Let's be honest. If you were dragged out into the middle of the night, heavy chains and iron, you're gonna be cranky, and you may or may not go into a blood-fueled rage because these Inquisitors are just like, hey, they're infringing on my rights, I'm gonna infringe on theirs.
Mhm.
And look, all you have to do if you want to get rid or keep him from turning into a werewolf is just put him in a room that has no windows at a full moon.
I mean, you guys started a cult. Who are you guys to judge me for worshipping the devil?
I mean,
Exactly.
the
You
religion
force
was
your
already
religion on
there. And I mean,
You see-
we have to think about this rationally. Like, he's killed people before. Although, we haven't heard anything about him killing people, but that was because the Inquisitors were there, and he murdered the hell out of them. So
They
are
probably
we
struck
safe?
first.
You're
They
great.
probably struck first.
May I put a suggestion?
You may.
I should say, why not put the creature of X in your dungeon?
Or just, let my
Look,
father
if we
die.
put him in the dungeon,
I'm
the
no
problem
longer
is that they
titled.
might escape and
No.
kill the king.
And all I got was $150 for it? Now you're trying to put me in a dungeon?
Yeah, that's not
I
fair.
mean, or burn you alive. That is still on the table. I just wanted to make it a
No.
vote.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. Let him just put this when it's about to be a full moon. Just put him in a room with no windows. That way he can't turn into a werewolf.
Yes, that's why we put him in the dungeon.
Or better
Alright.
yet, just let me live so that way I can walk around during the day. And then if something happens, I just go to bed at night without the curtains open.
Alright. Well, let's put this to a vote. I have the call for unity, so maybe that'll cancel out anything that lowers stability. We'll have to see how that goes. Well, so far it looks like we're just going to let bygones be bygones and see if he can control himself.
All I'm saying, I think the Inquisitors started it first. They probably started attacking him as soon as he transformed. Like, sure, he's a werewolf, but sometimes he just changes and nothing else happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like also, it's the Inquisitors. Then have you ever known an Inquisition to be gentle in their expedition?
I mean, that is fair. Creatures of X?
I can only apologize for my indiscretions from now on. I will confine myself to the dungeon whenever I experience my little episodes, minuscule little things. I appreciate your handling on this matter privately, since I am no more crazy than the carpet man.
You know what? That's fair. A few days later, you hear word that the monster attacks have ceased.
You see?
Unfortunately, rumors spread that the king refused to punish the monster that devastated so many peasant families. Well, that's unfortunate. I'm no longer at max stability.
I told you, you're crazy. You should have just put him in the dungeon.
Maybe I should have burned. Oh, well, it's fine. He's controlling it. We're probably not going to experience any more werewolf attacks.
You see? You gotta trust in your lords.
Your Majesty, nobles of the council, tensions are running high, but the kingdom itself is stable. Perhaps it's time we forget our past troubles and come together as friends?
Oh.
Lady Frostiron. Daluna, you'll have to read for her since, she's not here.
What do you have in mind, Chancellor?
We could exchange gifts or hold a friendly competition. A fashion show, perhaps, or a game of riddles. Your Majesty, why don't we hold a vote on team-building exercises to help you and the council trust each other again? That's not a bad idea. So, what do? Do we exchange gifts? Do we have a friendly fashion competition? This will lower the treasury by 500. A game of riddles could be fun. For some reason, that costs more than a competition. I don't know why, but sure. Or this is a stupid idea. We're gonna do one of these things. I'm vetoing this is a stupid idea.
I was gonna say, like, I'd
Well,
actually be okay with this a gift exchange.
I would agree that we should do a game of riddle. Just
I also
everybody-
agree with riddles.
Just everybody's intelligence. Unless everybody thinks they're not up for the game.
True test of our wits.
Alright, but
It's
Lady,
a,
Crosshair is actually voting C. I'll vote C in solidity with her.
Well, it's a unanimous decision. It's time for a game of riddles.
I love Jeopardy.
Oh, I do too.
Wonderful. I'll make the arrangements at once. The nobles can work together on the riddles with a hefty cash prize if they get it right. Oh, that's why it costs money, because there has to be a
your
reward.
money.
You know what? That's fair. I was wondering, like, we could just tell riddles. There doesn't need to be money for that, but if there's a prize, then it makes sense. The nobles of the council began murmuring. This is a chance to prove their sharpness, the sharpness of their wits. They better brush up on their riddles. Right, and that is the end of this season. Brokering an alliance. Far to the north, where the snow blankets the landscape and wolves howl in the night, the chiefs plot to bring about the end of the world. Ragnarok.
Praise Morgana. Initial talks with the Ice Giants are going so well, they've gifted us a new patch of fertile land in the northern valleys.
Oh, you want me to read him, or you want to take
Yeah, if you can.
The gods are good! With luck, this'll be the foundation of an alliance strong enough to rock the world!
Rock the boat, baby.
Aye, the Ice Giants are a formidable ally. As tall as building and limbs like tree trunks. Those Southerners don't know how to fight them like we do.
If only you had golems.
If only.
But first, we must offer something the Giants desire.
Peace.
A whole kingdom's worth of pillage?
Just what I was thinking. If we fill the kingdom with bountiful goods and plunder, the Giants will be able to resist.
For the next stage of the chief's scheme, they must raise the other region's trade to a combined total of 12 or more in just 2 seasons. So let's see, what are they sitting at now? The barons are at 6, the chiefs, or the counts rather, are at 4, so that's 10. They just have to raise someone up by 2 points of trade. And then they're good for Ragnarok. So this is where we're sitting. Riddles back from the hunt. Huh.
Welcome.
Oh, is that a
Porn
Choco?
star.
Hey, Choco!
Porn star.
What?
What?
Sure.
Ah,
What, eh?
Okay. Work. You know what? I think we'll do a game of riddles, and we're doing. I have good or bad news for you, Choco. We're doing a game without the patricians, so you'll be free from capitalism.
Damn it.
You'll probably be a baron if you join in.
Little
We're doing it on
puppy.
stream, so you just
I'm all
hop on in. I see someone found
Not
that part of my soundboard.
Was not expecting that.
where do you get all these soundboard buttons?
Well,
It's in your voice chat on Discord.
yeah. And I guess someone has Nitro and can use the one I put into the Odyssey group and spoiled that it's a thing that I now have.
Yep. But I didn't press it this time.
I am a baron.
Alright, so we have a game of riddles to be getting to.
They call me the puzzler.
Your Majesty, I've asked the court jester to help us with our game of riddles. Fiddle-dee-dee, fiddle-dee-dum. Let's test our wits and have some fun.
This is a horrible mistake.
Delightful! Prithee, what walks on 4 legs in the... Choco?
Man, it's a man.
Yep, that's the Sphinx's riddle and everyone knows it. Daluna. You have to read for Lady Frostiron.
But Morgana's cauldron. That was an easy one.
You're canny riddlers, after all. Have pity on this poor old fool. But since the council's mood is nigh funereal, I shall break out some new material. Over the next... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm like, material. Like, why did he say it like that? He had the one thing he could have done.
Yeah. Over the next hour, the jester capers around the council hall, posing riddles, and occasionally hitting Baron Chocolate Zombie 101 with an inflated pig bladder on a stick. Finally, he sings out the final and most difficult riddle of all. I make dogs cry, I change my shape. To find me look in a sunless lake. What am I? Well, what is it? Is it something that begins with C? Something that begins with D? Something that begins with M? Or something that starts with S? Once again, the riddle. I make dogs cry, I change my shape. To find me look in a sunless lake. What am I?
Well, obviously I'm going to vote for A because it starts with a C, because I start with a C.
I mean, that's sound logic. We have two people that need to vote still. Alright, a bunch of people believe it starts with C. Voting is closed. Or S, rather. Excuse me. I read the wrong thing.
It's what I'm thinking.
What say you, your majesty? Dost thou agree with thine council members?
It's a shadow.
No, they're wrong. It starts with D.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think they're correct. Then by my truth, fools, you are both! The correct answer was the moon!
It was that easy, guys. Come on.
The council's wisdom was over-exaggerated. I shall leave before I'm no longer tolerated.
Chaco comes over. You beat me with a freaking hog stick. I'm going to freaking punch you.
The gesture cartwheels out the council hall, leaving the nobles grumpily muttering about the wasted time. At least you get your money back.
Why?
You know, it's funny that a jester shows up considering what we're doing on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, we have 3 of the players here from that?
We do,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Meanwhile, capitalist me would go, hire him!
Back from the hunter. You know what? I'm curious about this new baby in the marshes. Chaco?
Hello, my liege. Some fine news from my peasants in the march. A baby has been born on your birthday, bearing a birthmark in the shape of the number 9. A fantastic omen. Perhaps we should mark the occasion.
Alright, so we'll make a vote. The king will send his blessing. The king has no time for peasant brats. Gift the parents a bounty of jewels and fine wine. Or send the Inquisition to make sure the birthmark is real. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm vetoing that.
You had no problem sending the Inquisition against freaking the Count, so
I thought you were vetoing D. I'm like, okay, yeah, that kind of makes sense, because if the Inquisition is pissed off, they can just kill the baby.
Well, they need to make sure that the birthmark is real. If it's not real, then I don't know what they're gonna do.
Vote D.
Send in the Inquisition.
Look at the baby's bottom.
The baby will never see it coming.
Well, the Inquisition is going to investigate if this is real, and if they do find it's real and we have another fucking corpse god thing, then we'll know whose fault it is.
Yeah,
no one expects the Inquisition.
It'll be your fault for sending the Inquisition.
I mean, I didn't send it. The council sent it.
No. I didn't agree to it last time. This one I will.
By my honor, my liege, I can assure you, there is no deception going on here, and this was totally not my plan the entire time.
I'll be the judge of that! When the High Inquisitor returns, she's forced to admit that the birthmark is indeed genuine, but her rude questions and threats have turned the local populace against her. Well, now we know. Turns out it's a god baby. Back from the hunt. Chaco?
My liege, your wife is a despicable fraud.
What? Gasps reverberate around the room. What on Celeste Arthur are you talking about?
Apologies, I ran here as fast as I could while I was eating dinner. What I mean is, the Queen Consort has been taking credit for other hunters' kills, a cardinal sin in the march.
How dare.
She is no true hunter as she claims, but a fraud who steals credit from honest barons. I've witnessed it myself.
Chocolate Zombie 101, you old hack! You always were jealous of my kills. Figures you'd slander me like this. Draco Magnius, it's a load of hog swallop, is what it is.
Do you even know what hog swallop means?
Do you have any evidence?
Oh, but my liege, we
The word
warned
of my squires and myself as an honest, God-fearing baron. You don't need any more proof than that.
So it's
we warned
hearsay.
you of this earlier, my liege. She's hated by the peasants.
What if we call a vote on the matter? Sorcha sputters and argues, but Baron Chocolate Zombie 101 agrees to the terms. The other nobles file in to cast their votes in a very unorthodox poll. Right, so, the Queen Consort is guilty of the charges leveled against her. Defiance goes down. The Queen Consort is innocent. Dismiss the charges. Stability will go down. Or arrest Baron
Well,
Chocolate
I'm
Zombie
obviously
101
voting
for
A
slander.
because of the fact that she's from the north.
Oh yeah.
Look, I want to vote B to decrease the stability, but in spite of myself, that would make me look like a hypocrite for defending her.
It really would.
I'll do it.
He hasn't started to vote yet.
Well, unsurprising, Lady Frost Iron votes to protect her daughter. Oh wow, this is split even so far. You got 2 more people that need to vote, though. What will it be?
Daluna's gonna go in.
Oh, well, looks like it's turned. Alright.
I feel it's only fair to stand up for Lady Frost because I myself was slandered and my father was also slandered.
Uh-oh.
It's a flat, even tie. Voting tied at 3, which means I get to be the one to choose. Let's see, I can lower the defiance of the barons, but then my wife gets some negative thing toward her, and I don't want to have that happen. Also, I mean, the only evidence we have here is he said so.
Sounds like you scared your wife, my liege.
Listen, all I know here is happy wife, happy life is a thing that's said a lot, so I'm gonna go with that.
She's where the pain stand. She's the one that run the kingdom, not you.
Chocolate, God, you're already causing shit.
Chaco?
This is outrage. Shackled like a lamb for telling the truth. What does this kingdom come to?
As the palace watch hauled them away, the other barons glare at you in Sorcha. Baron Chocolate Zombie 101 has now been imprisoned, and Chocolate Zombie 101 II has joined the council.
Hello, you have imprisoned my father. Prepare to die.
Oh no, I've created an Ika Montoya!
He never knew his father.
Alright, looks like we have some buildings. Authority going up, stability. You know, I do believe I bribed some people a few seasons ago to help me, and you know, I'd really like that library to come into fruition.
On the other hand, a prison.
Yes, so you can have a place to properly lock away anyone who defies your rule, or anyone who tries to slander the name of your good wife.
It sounds like someone doesn't
Look, a
want...
bazaar would actually be really good. Like, trade would be amazing from that.
Sounds like someone doesn't want another bribe. I mean, that library could certainly help a lot of people learn and really benefit the kingdom's all I'm saying. But I mean...
Yeah, but you don't want your people to be getting ideas and want to figure out that, hey, what if we can run the kingdom better than you?
No, they'll learn that I am doing a great job from the library is all I'm saying. You might have to fund again, because I didn't hit the start button yet. God damn, that
I'm going all in for that prison.
God damn!
You need to show people what it means to truly defy you.
What's up, Doomsday?
Look, if I'm getting imprisoned, at least I'm going to make it worth my while.
Come on.
Yeah, we gotta own this shit.
We need to get that library and maybe something else, but we need to push library to 2,000 to knock out that prison. We've got
And
16
if
seconds left.
And if I'm funding the prison, that means that my cell will be extra comfortable.
Exactly.
You're funding it from prison.
I mean, a lot of gangsters do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Have you seen Goodfellas?
The time is up. Looks
Did you
like
go in?
stability is going up and down, so it neutralizes completely.
Oh
Damn
god.
it, Wayne.
Whew. Crystal pox about your heir and the tithe trouble. Well, let's figure out about an heir first. Your marriage to Scorcha has grown stale. Oh, you get along well enough. And you've made some good memories together, but there's no spark. She cares more about hunting innocent animals than your happiness. But spark or no spark, you still need an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair.
Wrong call.
Well, it went about as well as could be expected. You're still in power, aren't you? Still got the crown on your head? That's what matters. You've done so well so far, but something is still missing, an heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard, or the youngest of your many cousins.
Don't stick to taking crazy.
I mean, you know, the spark is gone, but I'm gonna try with my wife. The traditional method. No one will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off ruling so you can, get down to business.
Let's get down to business.
What else is going on? I'm curious about this crystal pox thing. That sounds like very concerning.
Don't worry about it.
Baron,
Question. Who'd Doomjoy?
let's see. So yeah, Rodden, do you want to take them, or do you want Chaco to take them?
I can do it.
All right.
My liege, I bring bad news. An outbreak of crystal pox is ravaging the mark.
Crystal pox? What's that?
A most terrible disease, Your Highness. It begins with a rash of boils, which slowly and painfully crystallizes the poor victim. Until the poor victim is sparkling like a diamond.
That's
Oh my
horrifying.
god, it turns him into a Twilight vampire.
My god.
Right? Diamond.
Yeah. Eventually, the sufferer becomes a crystalline statue, a painful but admittedly glamorous way to go.
Dear Lord. How many
God,
dead?
it's Spyro 1 all over again.
It really is.
Yeah, my lord, have you seen all those crystal statues in your palace?
Looks like I got some things to do.
I just assumed someone spent some of the budget to make a bunch of crystal statues.
Whole villains have succumbed. The disease is terribly virulent.
Your Majesty, if
Why
I
do you
may
think we
make
have to eat moldy bread?
Your Majesty, if I may make a suggestion, victims of crystal pox are only infectious at the boil stage. Once they're fully covered in crystals, they no longer spread the disease. Indeed, the pox crystals can be harvested and used in jewelry. If we allow the pox to spread, we can make money on them. That is abhorrent! Look, we just need to let people die and become crystal people and make jewelry out of people to make money.
That sounds about right.
I mean,
Yeah,
technically
seems
that
about
is
as
fair.
sense as everything else you've done so far.
I mean,
I'm
you
not-
start a cult. Just kill the cult. There you go.
I'm not making a fucking people jewelry business.
I mean,
No.
making people out of jewelry. By the
Like-
ninth woman, this is heartless, even for you.
But sorry, you gotta look at it this way. It will raise the stability of your country if making human jewelry and get a little bit more in your pocket. And probably raise your authority on the matter.
Not only that, but if you go in a moral direction, at least people get to keep their loved ones closer to them than having to go travel to a graveyard to take up space in the ground.
Yes, their loved ones will always be with them.
I agree with Bubba. This treasurer is a psychopath. The only way to fight the pox is to close the roads and shut down all trade until the wave subsides. Is that what you want for the march to lose money?
You want to lose all this wealth that we're bringing in?
So, we spread the crystal pox and harvest the gems. That will raise defiance, lower farming, lower military, lower faith, lower stability, and will raise the treasury. Don't do anything one way or another will lower farming, lower the military, lower faith, lower stability, increase the treasury somehow, and also increase trade, because we aren't closing things off, I guess. Or we quarantine the march to prevent further spread, which will lower trade, will raise and lower the wealth, will lower stability, and will lower farming. Jesus Christ, all of these are horrible.
What do you
Let's
want to do, my lord?
Call for unity.
Number 2, my lord.
I mean, at least I'll cancel out the stability increase-decrease with the call for unity if everyone rallies. And if y'all really want that jewelry, I guess,
Yeah, let's go with money.
as abhorrent as that is,
Money, 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 money.
Yeah, you know, letting people turn into crystals, that won't bite you in the butt.
Oh, no.
Look,
I mean,
Not with a werewolf either.
I mean,
I
technically,
feel no desire one way or another.
well, it looks like we're doing the abhorrent thing and making people jewelry for profit.
I mean, what do you call that? Full Metal Alchemist did it, and everyone seems to love that.
Hey, Doom, I will argue I chose the neutral option.
Yeah? I mean,
Yeah.
For capitalism.
some of you did choose to not be abhorrent, but the majority decided fucking make a lot of money.
See,
This
sign.
is an outrage. How many people will die for your greed? How could the council condone this?
Look,
How dare you, Draco? How dare you allow this to happen?
look,
Uh,
I just
stability
let the
has to help.
council fucking vote. I had no hand in this one.
Your stability went up, my lord, so
I mean-
technically.
Because you unified, it's gonna go down back to 8. The next day, you deliver a speech declaring that the crystal pox is actually a giant hoax, and anyone who believes in it is a fool and probably a traitor. Oh god,
Oh, no,
I've gone
fake
45th
news.
president! Oh no!
Yep. All according to plan.
Sure enough, this causes the pox to spread like wildfire. Oh my
Oh,
god, it
how
dropped
about
by
that?
2?
COVID all over again.
Would have been much worse if I didn't get the unity. Over the next few months, the crystal pox ravages not just the march, but the entire kingdom, with thousands of peasants falling victim. Farms lie fallow. Peasants turn away from a god that abandoned them. The farming in the north is now down to 1. The farming in the marsh is now down to 5. The east is down to 5. The military in the north is down to 6. The military in the marsh is down to 4. The military in the east is down to 3. Faith is now irreverent in the north, and the marsh is now skeptical. Down to 4 and 3. Oh, and the east is down to 3. Our stability is down to 7. Damn it, I was finally doing good in stability. Over the next few months, the Crystal Pox ravages not just the march, but the entire kingdom. With thousands of peasants falling victim. Farms... Oh, wait, never mind. It's the same thing. It's just going over there. But on the bright side, you add a sparkling hoard to the treasury. In fact, all the nobles make a tidy profit. Even Baron Doom Vora.
You see, who cares? Who cares if some people have to die? Look how filthy rich you are.
I don't know. This feels wrong. I mean, y'all all made wealth. And the treasury is booming, but at what cost?
The people.
Yeah,
Who
that's
cares about the,
too
who
much
cares
of
about the
cost.
people anyway, right, Draco?
Me.
Who cares about the people?
I care about the people. Oh boy, tithe trouble.
You may die, but as a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Your Highness,
I'll count the money.
Your Highness, I've come to submit a complaint about the barons of the march. Lately, they've been neglecting their tithes. I'm not...
all the money they just got, they should be able to pay all their tithes.
What's a tithe? All the barons are obliged to donate an eighth of their monthly income to the church. If they want to stay out of the 7 hells when they die, that is. How dare they? The worst offender is Baron Doomvora. They haven't paid their tithe in years. Game? I want an example to be made of them. Alright, Council, what are we doing? Do we order the barons to pay their tithe in full? This will raise their defiance, lower their wealth, increase faith. Do we toss Baron Doomvora into the dungeon as an example to the rest? This will raise stability, decrease wealth, increase faith. Do the Baron should be exempt from paying tithe. Well, that's stupid. But it will raise and lower defiance, it will lower the faith, it will increase their wealth, it will lower stability, it will lower authority. Or do we do nothing to address the problem, which lowers defiance, lowers stability, lowers authority? Well,
Let's just say we build the heretic in the dungeon.
I agree with that,
I say we go with
actually.
B. B is the best option.
Let us vote.
Dare.
I mean, you can't just not pay your bills.
No, rich people do that all the time, Draco.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why I'm not allowing it. Fuck rich people.
Then you should be paying your taxes too.
I should, yes. But I am technically where the taxes go, so...
Oh no, it's tied.
Well, guess who's winning?
Look who's going to jail.
Oh, good. We're finally back to 8. I believe it was Broaden who was reading this.
See, my
What?
lord.
Just because I'm not paying my tithes. No, you can't do this to me.
Agreed, Bubba. Eat the rich! Oh, yes, we can. Hands behind your back, you faithless scum! After that, the rest of the barons pay their tithes promptly for the rest of the year. The archbishop is most grateful, and his priests preach your faith. Baron Doomvera has been imprisoned. Doomvera II has joined the council. Some of the baron's wealth decreased, but faith is now steadfast.
May God have faith, mercy on your souls.
Indeed, indeed.
Eat the rich, kill the poor, leave the middle class alone.
Agree.
March of the Giants. Back in the north, Chief Daluna 13 is hosting yet another feast at his clan hall. Not everyone is in the mood for celebrating, however.
Okay. No development, I'm afraid. The Giants aren't willing to commit. Not yet, anyway.
What's the problem? They leave their brains in the ice caves again? Or are they too scared to take on a measly king?
Nay, not enough plunder. Must make the other regions bigger, juicier targets.
The chief's aim is to raise other regions' combined trade to 12 or more. You know, Lady Frostiron raises a very good point. The barons are in a bit of a tight spot. They may need to rebel. Hopefully they don't. But I mean, let's see, how are we holding up here? I mean, my treasury's completely fine at the moment, so you know what? To ensure the counts will continue going in my favor. And you know what? Because we have so much wealth, I could stand to bribe the chiefs too. Listen, I think we can all get a lot together if we just, let bygones be bygones. And work together as a nation, you know?
We've always been trying to raise your stability, my liege.
Of course, of course. Right, let's see, we have Prying Eyes, The Monster Unleashed, and Pox in the Capital. Uh-oh.
Reap what you sowed, Draco.
I
Shall name the
fought
monster unleashed on
against the Pox. Oh, you're talking about the monster. The one I
Monster
won.
Unleashed.
Both.
Monster unleashes Sonic.
Well, you know what? I'm curious about these Prying Eyes, and it's not that I just don't want to look at the Pox or anything. Oshi?
Your Grace, you are... Oh shit. Your Grace, you are, of course, the greatest king of the century.
Why, thank you.
No, thank you requires your grace. I speak only the truth as I see plain. But your power could be even greater. Death comes for all of us. But what if it didn't have to? What if you could be the greatest king of all millennia?
I don't know if that's even possible.
There you may be wrong, your grace. I happen to possess some knowledge that may interest you greatly. There are opportunities beyond what any of us had imagined. If you're strong enough, take them. I can arrange more meetings so that we can discuss this matter further.
The door bursts open. Ah, so we got to you first. No matter. The Counts have agents everywhere, and they've been building up your strength, but there's something more sinister afoot. Their ultimate aim is to recruit you into a cult of immortal blood drinkers!
What is so wrong about raising his authority? Plus, what a tell. All we want is to help the king. Raise his power, the stability of his own kingdom.
Is this
His
true?
own- Of course not.
This is heresy of the highest order! The council must know! Alright, everyone. Do we force the monarch to officially refuse to join the cult? Do we prevent the counts from seeking private audiences with the king, which will delay their scheme for a single season? Or do we just let the counts do whatever they want? Let them take the throne, basically, is that one.
I say we vote C.
I say C as well.
What evidence do you have to disprove their claims?
What evidence do they have to prove their claims?
I think I confused my words. I was trying to say you guys were right.
Look, I'm voting A only because I don't want the counts to win. I
Yeah.
want to win.
I mean, A is right there, is all I'm saying.
That's what I'm.
A would
I
be
mean,
probably the
Also,
best
Draco,
option.
you could have just vetoed C.
I could have, but if I do unity, I raise my stability. And I mean, the barons have the people majority. If, let's see, who's voted? Chaco, there we go.
Come on, if you vote C, we can play again.
So that's 7. So that is everyone. I had faith that the council would make the right choice.
Well, too bad your faith was misguided. They chose the wrong one.
The nobles leave you no choice. You sign a statement saying you are not interested in immortality. Not one bit. Well, glad that's settled. So what about this monster, huh? It's a day like any other. You're sitting in the council hall listening to your nobles argue about something or another. Today's session is getting particularly heated. I forgot who read for Doomvor. It was Rodden, right?
Great God, my good Count. You must understand my position. We simply cannot lower tariffs.
Your profiting will leave me penniless. Penniless, oh dear, after everything you've already done to me. Get away from me, I feel faint.
Good grief, they're having a heart attack. Someone fetch the physician!
I have half a mind to...
Oh God, he's Morbin out.
He's Morbin hard!
He's brothering up.
It's Morbin time!
I'm about to morb.
Oh no! Well, at least he didn't go ooh-woo. That could have been much worse. Before the astonished eyes of the council, Kant creatures of X the Second's flesh ripples and bulges. Jet black hair spreads across their body. Huge gleaming claws sprout from their fingers. With incredible speed, Kant creatures of X the Second pounces upon Baron Doomvora II and clamps their jaws on the screaming Baron's throat. Blood sprays across the face of the council. Shock gives way to panic when the monster turns its glowing eyes their way. The council hall fills with shrieks and blubbering. Baron Doomvora II has died. Doomvora III has joined the council. If we live through that.
You're gonna take my hand, and you know what to say.
Sweet ninth above! Your marcher veterans charge, swinging their swords and cursing. The monster tears them apart one by one, splattering the walls with blood, and suffers dozens of wounds. Once your honor guard are dead, the monster leaps on you, sinking its scarlet fangs deep in your shoulders. Guards! But then, with a final shudder, it dies as the last of its blood gushes from its wounds. You stand in the gore-soaked council hall, catching your breath and clutching your injured shoulder. The cowardly nobles have fled, taking advantage of the monster's distraction. Only the spy marshal and mass marshal remain. Kant, Creatures of X II, has died. Creatures of X III has joined the council. You don't see that every day. Maybe we should have burned him at the stake. All I'm saying, my shoulder's injured, my guards are dead, the nobles wet themselves as they ran. No, this probably would have been solved if someone set fire to a wolf. Just throwing that
All
out.
this would have been solved if you guys didn't get rid of my title and let my father die.
Are you alright, Your Majesty? Oh, all of these lower my stability. I hate this. I need medical assistance! The marshal fetches the royal physician, who hurriedly begins bandaging your shoulder. Oh wait, I might become a werewolf, I just realized. Huh.
All according to Kikaku.
I did get an awesome scar, admittedly. Rumor of the attack quickly spreads among the peasants, who promptly panic, declaring that half the nobles are secret monsters. The wound is...
One way or another, my lord.
The wound is slow to heal. Thankfully, it doesn't appear infected. Your physician expects a full recovery. And I'm sure I won't be a werewolf or anything at all. But just in case, I might want to wear, I don't know, a silver necklace or something.
So
It's
about
okay, you have more pressing issues to worry about.
I mean, I guess I have to deal with this pox thing now. Your Majesty, the crystal pox has spread from the march to the capital itself. Hundreds of our citizens have succumbed. Our streets are covered in glittery statues of the afflicted. Oh good, stability's down even further. How did this happen? Well, Your Majesty, a swift quarantine of the marsh may have prevented this, but the council declined to take action.
Of course you did.
In any case, a rumor is spread among the peasants. They believe the only cure for the crystal pox is the king's touch. What exactly do they mean by that? Exactly what it sounds like. You laying your hands upon the infected and, I don't know, blasting them with your royal healing powers. Ah, yes, of course. My royal healing powers that the ninth has bestowed upon me, of course.
You
But
haven't unlocked your healing hands?
But I don't have royal healing powers. We both know that, but the common folk have always been superstitious about the hidden magics of the king. If you don't heal a few of them, they may storm the palace just to get their hands on you, or rather, your hands on them. Maybe they're right. What if I can actually help? The crystal pox has no cure, Your Majesty. Only the ninth god can help them now. Maybe the ninth god can do me a solid. I suggest we look to the council for guidance. Alright, council, what are we doing? The king should lay hands upon a token few of the infected. This has a 95% chance of success, go figure. The king should lay hands on as many infected as possible. That is an 85% chance of success. Triple the security around the palace until this blows over. Or we should just let the crystal pox run its course. I hate that I can only veto one of these.
Which one are you gonna choose?
I mean, you just got attacked by a werewolf. And you now want to risk being around this crystal infection?
I mean, I could also vote for something, but I don't know if anyone's gonna vote for the thing I pick.
I'd vote for C, personally. It's the most honest answer.
Yep, you gotta keep yourself safe, my lord.
Yeah, it'll keep
It's the
yourself
kingdom
safe.
of the king.
Plus, if you vote D, it'll make you look bad.
I mean, I'm getting rid of D or C. I'm gonna get rid of D, but I want you to think about this. If the stability gets too low, the barons finally get a seat at the table for taking over the throne. Do you want that?
You know what? To quote the famous philosopher Hootsufer from the Owl House. No, let him do it. It'd be funny.
Look, all I'm saying is the people of this nation are either going to die to crystal pox or a king werewolf. It's either or.
All right,
You know
Daluna,
what?
you're gonna have to vote again because
You
I
know
didn't
what?
start the vote. But here we go.
I say we vote B. If we can kill off the king with pox, then we can get the throne.
I mean, that
That
has
only
an
makes
85%
sense.
chance of
He has a
success.
chance of getting infected.
That's
He is
7.
injured.
Wow, you're just saying this directly in front of me at the council meeting. Hey, he could die. Interesting that. Sounds like someone doesn't want any more money from the coffers. That's good to know.
I'm just trying to boost your stability here by allowing myself to get into like the minds of the council.
Look, my lord, he is shouting at you. You really don't need to take your bribe away. We're just trying to raise up your stability as best as you can.
Yeah,
Wait,
besides, I'm
leave
talking
me
to the
alone.
council
Well-
here, who clearly want your job.
Well, you're putting your hands on infected people.
All right, I am. And it succeeded, apparently. The next day, you
knew
ride
you could
out
do
to
it.
the capital's central square to find a swarming mass of peasants waiting. They're a wretched sight, encrusted with oozing boils and crystalline growths, climbing over each other in their eagerness to reach you. Touch me, Your Majesty! Okay, look, could you say that in a different way at least? That sounds gross, the way you're saying it.
I could say it a different way if you want, Draco.
Cure us! Save us!
Put your hands on me, Daddy.
That's much worse. You walk
I
out...
can make this really weird.
Oh, God.
Remember, we're on Twitch. We gotta have to keep it PG-13.
We already
Yeah, so-
have this very weird. I'm touching a bunch of boiled crystal people.
Your Highness, that is my boob.
you walk out amongst them and lay your hands upon as many of them as you can. They bow and scrape and thank you for kindness, but there are thousands of them, and while they may be polite, their sheer numbers are terrifying. Still, somehow the city watch keeps order. At the end of the day, you head back to the palace exhausted to your very bones. Turns out you really can cure it! Or you really can't cure it. My mistake. The crystal pox continues to ravage the capital, but the legend of your personal intervention spreads far and wide. Soon half the kingdom believes in your healing touch.
Good.
When the pox finally passes, gemstones litter the streets, but the people are too busy mourning to pick them up. The treasurer has her servants collect them under the cover of darkness.
Excellent.
Do you feel good about this, Draco?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yes. Good.
Reap what you sow, Draco.
While playing a game of chess in an austere castle, 2 counts of the East discuss their schemes against the crown. I was hoping stability would go up.
How delightful. The king is drunk with power. He mandates statues of himself being built in every major city.
Creatures of X.
Oh. Okay, wait, this is the third?
Yes.
Our sculptors are doing well, I hear.
Better still, it means the time is right. Right. Yeah. But I was thinking, should we really show the king the true secret of our group?
I thought that was the point. Immortality and all that.
I mean, look what he did with your father and your grandfather. But yes, those secrets are meant to be, well, kept secrets. What if we pull the wool under his eyes?
Alright. Do you plan false immortality ritual for the king that will kill him, which is lower your own defiance? Do you induct the king into a real secret society of immortal blood drinkers, which will you need to raise your own farming? I mean, either way it works out for you because both are in the position. It's really just preference.
Yeah, I say vote A.
Wow. Well, it's decided you're gonna pull the wool over my eyes. I'm pretty sure the counts have won at this point, even though I sold that thing. Creatures of X.
This will be a fine trick.
I mean, I can't believe I'm gonna get pranked by the counts.
I love how all my descendants slowly got more and more raspy.
The important thing is that we keep a good reputation with the king. We must convince him we're a trusted friend, willing to share a worthy gift.
Wondrous.
Gift. Words.
For the final stage of their scheme, the counts must lower their defiance to 1 or less. Oh, never mind, you're not there yet.
Oof.
Creatures as descendants are slowly becoming Christian Bale.
Reverse voting. Nobles must vote for their least favorite option, and the option with the least votes will pass. I do like reverse voting.
I say the one thing we can't do is stop the vote because that'd be unfair for us.
Yeah. Hold on, let me think. I like veto, and I like monarch's vote, and I like call for unity because it's like my biggest tool to help me raise stability, but reverse voting could be fun. I think I'm gonna regret this decision probably, but I'm gonna get rid of veto for reverse voting and see how that goes.
Probably.
See,
I
we
usually
have.
regret that.
Oh god damn it! Famine, fever dreams, and wild beast attacks. Why can't something good happen?
Because you've never done anything good.
Oh, I'm a werewolf. Okay. Over the course of the spring, you find yourself plagued by horrific dreams. You're running through open woods full of screams as your colossal jaws bite beast and human alike. You're always hunting, always hungry. The council's noticed your lack of sleep as you become tired and irritable during court sessions. Something must be done. Find a local physician to help you sleep. Go hunting to satiate your urges. Seek out Woods Witch for folk remedy. You know what? I like the Wood Witch approach. Let's go with that. While the Spy Master keeps an ear out for rumors of magic, you begin your search in your spare time. You can only hope that you find someone before it's too late.
I swear, if you somehow killed the witch in your own wolfen spree.
Alright, let's see what the famine has. Hello, Your Majesty. I've traveled all the way from the north to beg you to do something about the price of grain. I can't afford to feed my family. Fuck! Well, the barons are on the board if I can't fix this stability problem. I can't afford to feed my family. A day of backbreaking work isn't enough to buy a day's worth of bread.
How about that attitude?
She's right. The grain price in the north is beyond control. Greedy merchants rake in profit while the common folks starve.
Alright, Council, do we put a cap on the price of grain? That is a 70% chance of success. Do we subsidize grain and ensure it's sold for half its worth? That lowers the treasury, lowers stability, but raises farming. Do we import grain from the marches and distribute it for free? This will lower our treasury by 1,700. Trade will go up and down for various different people. The wealth will go up for the chiefs. Farming goes up, stability goes up. And then the free market will correct itself in due time. Well, that's a shitty option.
But it's the capitalism option.
You know what? We're reverse voting
Capitalism.
here. What's your least favorite option?
I can't see. I'm on a ad break.
Oh. Well, hold on. I'll wait for the ad break before we start the vote proper. But I do have a pun, so I might as well read it.
God damn it.
I'll be right back then.
A horse...
Gonna get me a drink.
Alright. A horse walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey." The horse says, "You read my mind, buddy."
Okay, that was a good one.
Yeah. Alright, you know what? Since we're...
I think
Sorry.
Creatures of X just got a brand new ancestor to replace the one you just killed.
Oh, good. Alright, so... You know what? We're gonna go offline, put the Be Right back on, so people can get through their ad break. And you know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Give me just a hot second. There we go.
Badge.
I should make pancakes.
I just ate a leftover McChicken from my from my lunch at work. Also, something to mark down on the list of things I never expected to have happen to me when I woke up this morning. Our store manager actually gave me a ride to work.
Oh, nice.
I was waiting at the bus stop and I had my headphones in. I feel somebody tap my shoulder. I turn around, she's standing in front of me and she's like, "Are you going to work?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Hop in." I'm like, "Alright."
Promotion.
I'm on the last ad. Sorry.
I'm on the last ad as well.
Adge.
I'm currently in debt and have no food.
Mm.
Yeah. It sucks. Can live on pancakes for months.
Bacon pancakes, bacon pancakes.
Yep.
Bacon, bacon.
Okay, I'm back.
I am
Welcome
too.
back.
I never left.
Am I really still here?
Just the snuffer.
Are any of us really still here?
No.
Don't get
Died a
that
long time ago.
existential on me. I can barely handle it right now.
Is there such a thing as being here?
Hold on. Draco, I'm going to roll a dire d20 to see if, or what I should tell you to, or in response to that.
I have returned.
No.
We're just waiting on Pixel to come back.
Oh, good. Wonder when he'll get back.
And if you want to know, I rolled a 16.
Hmm.
I take psychic damage. Psyche damage.
Good old psyche damage.
I'm excited for session 0 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I'm about to have a bard off with a rabbit.
You should have joined us for our group.
I mean, don't tempt me if there's space, and it depends on the day.
I mean, we go on Thursdays, but we also have a full group at this point.
Mm.
I believe everyone is here now, so we will go back to here proper, so everyone can see what we're voting on, refamiliarize ourselves before I start the vote proper.
I think Draco's still in the bathroom.
No,
Wait, this is first
here.
vote. Isn't it?
Alright, so it's reverse voting.
yes.
So pick for the one that you hate.
You gotta vote for your least favorite option of these. And the option with the least votes will pass. Alright, ready? Let's begin! Do we put a cap on the price of grain? Subsidize grain and ensure it's sold for half. Import grain from the marsh and distribute it for free. Or the free market will correct this itself in due time.
This is vote for the one you hate least.
Damn it, everyone voted for the one I wanted most. Well, not everyone. 3 people voted for the one I wanted most.
No, I'm voting for the one I don't want, so it doesn't have any votes.
So
My keyboard will.
it looks like we're putting a cap on the price of grain, which has a 70% chance of success.
Well, that's not good.
And we failed. You place a strict price cap on grain, however, wily merchants start using the grain to brew alcohol to avoid losing money and get around your orders.
You created moonshine. Good job.
Stability is now even further down. Farming is now at starving for the north. As a result,
Oof.
the supply of grain goes from hardly any to almost none. The peasants are worse off than ever and starvation grips the north. Fuck.
You hear that? That is the sound of a fucking revolution on the horizon.
Remember how earlier, Draco, you said you were doing so well?
Yeah, and then suddenly it went wrong. I was
And then
so
you got bit.
surprised.
And then you got bit by a werewolf.
Well, see,
You let-
also the
you let-
problem, Draco, you didn't let me vote.
Oh,
That was gonna
shit.
vote A.
Aw, man, I thought you went through. God damn it.
I was also going to vote A.
Wait,
Your
what?
Highness, I bring ill tidings from the north. Wildlife has gone berserk in rural areas. They're attacking villages and travelers all across the region.
Tell me more about these creatures.
They are a great hulking beast, clearly twisted by magic. Some say they walk and talk like people. The northern warriors are afraid. They say creatures like that are a dark omen, a sign of the end. Sign of the rapture, although I'm going to outright deny that. But
Great God, what's gotten into these chiefs that they can't handle a few wild animals? The other regions have plenty of their own problems, Your Majesty. No one wants to march up the frozen north for something like this.
I'm not gonna select it, but I just love this option. You're all as useful as nipples on a breastplate.
Do not deny the breastplate nipples.
We remember that movie.
Yeah. Then what am I to do? Point of order, Your Highness. Though the church's presence in the north is minimal, we could provide shelter for those who need it. All will be welcome. Whether they are adherents to the true God or not, it's the least we can do.
But can you also provide food? Because I'm pretty sure they're also starving.
Yeah. Or if you can afford it, send a detachment of mercenaries who aren't afraid of a few wild bears. That should put an end to this crisis. Alright, so option A. Tell the Northerners that they must fend for themselves. Well, that's a stupid fucking option. Hire mercenaries to bolster the northern forces. This will raise their military and lower the treasury, which we can afford. Or instruct the Northerners to seek refuge in the Ninth God's churches, which will lower their farming and raise their faith. Why do most of these options lower their farming? What the shit?
I mean, they're already basically starving.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter for those options, but we could afford the mercenaries. I think, although that raises, it's fine. Fuck it.
I think B is, generally speaking, the best option.
Yeah.
But apparently someone disagrees with me.
Apparently.
Because there's a vote for unity.
I would very much like to raise my stability out of 3. Even if it's 4, that still is a victory for you. Oh, fuck. I mean, that is 50%. I think that's enough to trigger it, I hope. Or not 50%, because there's one person off on the bottom. So, let's go with this option. We can afford to send some military in. You find a suitable company of mercenaries and send an officer from your own city watch to oversee the expedition. They return with tales of a glorious hunt and legendary northern hospitality. Chief Daluna 13 is happy to report that the beasts have been forced back into the wilds. Nope, it's not enough to trigger the stability. Fuck.
Ragnarok has been prevented. For the moment.
For now.
Alright. So let's see, that's 6 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not quite where you need them to be, but they're close to having their trade high enough for the Ragnarok. The kingdom
is
sorry, go ahead.
The kingdom is in great jeopardy, and the council is calling for the king's inner circle to resign. We need to increase the pressure. If the king is in a weak enough position, he's got no choice but to bow to our commands.
Ooh, that Crusader joins.
Alright,
No
now
more
more
interfered,
counts.
Spy Master. No more Marshal, or Chancellor, or Treasurer. Our new inner circle. All made up of barons.
Hey, Night Crusader. For the next stage of their scheme, the barons must lower the authority to 4 or less in 3 seasons.
That Crusader, you're with us on the counts.
Alright. Now,
Try-
everyone is on the board. The counts are in the best position. They just need to lower their defiance to 1. And we now have access to rebellion if anyone wants to try that option. Defiance is too high and 1 or more regions is considering rebellion. Rebellion will stop the regions from advancing their schemes, and they can't be taxed or take part in normal votes. The barons could decide to vote for rebellion. I think it's going to give you the option on the screen. If you barons want to vote for rebellion, you need 3 barons. All of you need to be unanimous, basically, for a rebellion to try and take the kingdom by force. But
They won't do it.
I need... You know what? Let's start with an heir. Because that will raise my stability guaranteed. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to... The council hall is filled with nervous silence. My son. The assembled nobles break out in polite applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of your kingdom.
Hold on.
Excellent. Who would like to read for Knight Crusader of the Counts?
I'll do it.
All right.
Your Highness, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your son. What is his name?
Well, as a king, I have literally zero imagination, so it's going to be Draco Magnius II.
How exquisite, Your Grace. I'm sure little Draco Magnius II will grow up to be a chip off the old block.
Congratulations on finding an heir. Now, you just need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the Spymaster soon. Just gotta build our stability all the way up. By the way...
Yeah, that's about how that goes.
For the Barons, if you did want to rebel, you need to type !rebel in the chat. Not that I'm expecting you to, I just figured I'd let you guys know if you wanted to. A new honor
that's one.
Yep. The death of your honor guard in the line of duty was a tragedy, Your Majesty. But we don't have time to mourn. We must replace them at once. The king needs protection. What are my options? Each region offers a selection of elite guards, the chiefs with their most famous warrior heroes, the counts with the Knights of the Order of the Drowned Rose, and the barons offer a squad of battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Of course, since your previous honor guard were marcher veterans who will never live to collect their pensions, the barons refuse to send any more of their hard-bitten soldiers to die in your service. Well, then I guess we're going with the Northern Warriors this time. Oh, come on. She's just telling me what they are. I've made my decision. Northern Warriors! Alright. The warrior heroes arrive a few weeks later. They swagger in with big grins and bigger axes, belching and singing with roaring out unsavory jokes. One of your quarters faints. Anyway, you were saying? Right. Chaco and Doomvera need to decide if they want to rebel, but we have noises in the night, evidently. It's a starry summer night, just like any other, until you awake to screaming in the courtyard. Get up and investigate. Rubbing sleep out of your eyes, you trudge over to the window and push it open. Okay, it's a crescent moon. That means it can't be me. A cool breeze washes over you, as does the pale light of the crescent moon. Then you hear it again, a blood-curdling scream, followed by the sounds of shouting down below. Then, a deep, guttural roar. Something is attacking the palace watch. I could flee. I could find a weapon and head downstairs. I could barricade myself in my chambers.
I mean, you're a king, and I don't think you've had a single thing of combat in your entire life.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I was like, do I have any combat training?
I mean, you got a little sword on the side there.
I'm just gonna barricade myself in my chambers and figure out if that works. It takes some time, but with Scorsha's help, you soon have a makeshift wall of royal furniture, and just in time. A horrendous crash sends splinters flying as a hulking beast knocks down the door. The piece of furniture that you would stack against to slow the monster down, but only briefly. Just enough time to reach for a weapon! Hoist the spear up again on the wall. Take down your father's old sword, a crossbow perched in the chair. Pull out a hidden dagger from beneath your pillow. I feel like the spear is the best option here. You hastily grab the spear and ready yourself for a fight, just as the hulking creature barrels its way through your doorway. Fuck! A hulking, mutated ursine figure stands before you on two legs. Its maw dripping with blood. You don't have time to think before it roars. The sound is deafening. Scorsha raises her own weapon and charges with a roar. But the bear creature barges at his shoulder into her with incredible speed, sending her sprawling on the floor.
Oh my god, he ragdolled her.
You know what? I have a 95% chance of success if I wait for it to attack. Wait for the beast to make a
Kill your
move.
wife.
Looking straight in the black pits of its eyes. Man, we already had werewolves, now we have werebears. What's next? We're gonna get some were-rats up in here?
No,
We do have what's his name's girlfriend here, so
You're gonna get man, bear, pig.
Oh god, no. When the bear swings at you, you're ready. You dive out of the way and prepare a counterattack. The spear finds its mark, digging deep into the bear's exposed neck. It roars in defiance, but soon gasps for air as blood pools in its lungs. The giant corpse collapses, and you dive out of the way just in time. Then, everything goes still. Moments later, your marshal and honor guard come rushing into the room. Hey, thanks, guys! Appreciate it! Had to kill this bear monster myself, but it's cool. Thanks for all your hard work.
Yeah. Good luck hiring the drunks to be your guards.
Look, they were the other warriors that were really good. My other option was knights that write poems. So, I mean,
they probably would have done a better job.
I came as fast as I could, Your Majesty. What in the name of the ninth god is that beast? Some kind of fucking bear, I guess.
Where is my honor guard? I don't know. They're drinking in the mead hall. We have a mead hall?
When did we get a meat hall? It's dead now, and that's what matters. Get this thing out of my sight. This is the work of a curse. Scorshaw, are you all right? Your marshal goes to help her up. Her collarbone is broken, and she's moaning. She's moaning softly, but she'll live.
Oh.
The creature's body is dragged
fuck,
away.
Al, that would be so painful for the next, month and a half.
The creature's body is dragged away and eventually donated to the University of Quill for further study. Stories spread of your bravery and martial prowess. Commoners and nobles alike find new respect for the king who has slain a bear in his nightgown. Alright, so far nothing on the rebellion front, and it looks like the season is over. Alright, so it's time to do another auction. Damn, there's nothing to raise our stability. I'd really like raising stability. Well, I mean, I guess I have no horse in this rate, so do what you will. I mean, I guess don't go for a theater, because that's what the barons want, unless you want to help the barons out, in which case, I mean, you know, let them do what they will. So far, it looks like the theater is the most funded, and no one's really putting points into anything else.
I'm waiting for Hoshi to make a move.
Vor?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Fund A. Okay.
Fun
Luna's
D.
gone into raising their trade in the, Okay. So it looks like D is also getting some points put
I
into
mean, you
it.
guys realize you raise our trade, you're gonna let the Chiefs possibly win.
Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, the Chiefs are on their second phase, I believe. They'll be in their third phase now. Alright, time is up. And it looks as though...
Did it go in?
Oh, we lost someone.
Uh-oh.
It was Daluna.
Oh no! No, he's here. We lose...
I had to come back in, sorry.
No worries. But it looks like we got the Bazaar, and we got the Monument.
Good luck.
Which means trade is going up for the Barons, which means the Chiefs now have their goal, unless trade goes down for some unexplicable reason. And authority is going up, which makes the Barons have a bit of a harder time. I thought I clicked end season, but I guess I didn't. Alright, so we have My Ambition, Witch Hunting, and In the Name of Knowledge. Well, let's start with My Ambition to see if we can maybe fix this mess. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be a peacekeeper. But so far, you've not convinced anyone. The kingdom is on the brink of chaos, Your Majesty. Defiance has gone up for everyone. Your current ambition isn't working out for you. If you want to stop the nobles from overthrowing you, you need to pivot, change your image. Your other advisors have some ideas. You should crush these disloyal nobles, smash their armies, and force them to submit. I mean, Authority is pretty high. Are we going for another authority victory?
I was gonna say, this is a strange sense of deja vu.
Isn't it, though?
Alright.
Your Majesty, if you help us spread the zeal of the Ninth God, the Church will lend our full support with the backing of the Church. The nobles wouldn't dare move against you. Here's another
Fuck you, we don't even believe in your damn god up in the north.
Fuck
I mean, you
God.
do, though, because you have a foreign faith. Here's another...
Counts are less faithful than you.
Here's...
Your god are mean nothing to the counts.
Here's another idea. Declare war on the Ashmedian Empire. The nobles will forget their schemes if you win. Don't listen to the rest of these fools. Have you heard of the Scepter of Sages? It's a lost artifact forged by Queen Alma the Wise. There's a legend that any king who recovers it will rule a golden age. Let's see, that means I need to raise faith and trade if I want to do that one. Trade is in a pretty good position right now. And faith is actually... We're back. I've started the stream. Gonna load the game back up. Everyone can join back up the normal way. I gotta reopen some stuff here.
Hopefully we go
We
back.
might have to do a brand new game. Unless it auto-saved.
I think it auto-saves.
Oh, thank God.
We'll see where it left us off first.
I don't think I could. I don't think I could handle any more carpets.
My carpet.
I wonder if it'll let us just rejoin the game. That'd be actually nice.
Okay, let me go back so people can actually see the screen and where they're coming in. There we go. Once again, the command is !join and your preferred pronouns.
Hey, I'm purple again.
I'm back in the
I'm
Barrens.
the third.
Yes, excellent. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna just put you back where you were for
Looks
this
like it,
particular
yeah.
one, yeah.
I think it's because of the fact it's like, look, if you put you in a different one and the game continues from the crash, that means someone else is gonna win.
Yeah. Alright, it's a little uneven, so I'll wait for a little bit to see if someone joins into the Chiefs of the North.
Oh no. The Chiefs don't need the help. They can get back in the rocks on their own. Join the Immortals, my king. Join them.
Right.
Oh, you traitor.
You're going to be on two different teams at once? That doesn't seem fair, but...
I mean, I could debate with myself.
Alright, you know what? We got a pun here, so... Don't trust atoms. They make up everything.
Indeed.
If
That's true.
your name is Adam, get out.
No, that's Eve.
Oh, I could make this more fun.
You're about to do it again, aren't you?
Are you gonna be on every single team? Oh my god. Wait, you're on your two accounts are on the same team, so you effectively have 2 votes there.
Technically, yeah, 3 votes.
Yeah.
Well, you're about to join me in the winning team, so haha.
No, the fuck you ain't.
God damn. You know what? I'm curious about something now. I'm counting now.
Oh, nice!
Oh my god, the king has joined his own party.
Yes,
The
Yes.
king has truly joined the best team.
yes.
Wait,
You
was that
will now.
Draco? Does that mean you're gonna win either way?
I mean, if the counts win, yes. I literally can't lose anymore.
Join us.
I
Join
would
us.
have loved if the other two accounts joined the purple account.
The funny thing is, he joined the Immortals,
He did?
regardless of what you guys says. Yeah.
No, like it makes sense for him to join the vampires, considering that he's like a witch, and everything I know of it.
I mean, you know what? I'm going to leave and we're going to join back in because this is a bit ridiculous. Boop. It doesn't seem fair.
Oh, it's fair. It's all fair. Oh.
It doesn't seem fair to have someone have 3 votes.
I don't know what you're talking about. This timeline never happened.
Hmm.
I mean, the king should rejoin, just because.
And I feel like ruin the spirit of the game if I rejoin. Alright. So,
Right, well, real quick, I'm gonna go back.
alright.
I'm gonna go make a 4-course meal. I'll be right back.
I mean, while we were crashed, I made myself some cheese dogs. So I'd have something eaten.
I don't have any food. All I
Ah,
have is
yes, the
pancake
Carpet
mix.
Dynasty, the best dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
Now the unseen one is the best one because my carpet.
My carpets! What will I do without my carpets?
Yeah, you were just talking about the carpet dynasty the entire time.
Oh, my loyal customer will be so angry with me.
Alright.
We'll know what that is.
You know, I find it interesting it put me in the East because I feel like every time I've joined, when the East is one of the factions, I usually go to the East. Not that I mind, it's my favorite country, but still.
East side.
East side! But Chaco always seems to go to the South whenever they're in there. I seem to always go to the East whenever it's in there. I wonder if, like, the game has it hard-coded for preferred regions.
I go to the coast, the patricians.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Also, that was a magazine at work today.
I have always been on the cats.
I've been to the Yellow Sun
Life.
and the Counts.
Vampires, their undying appeal.
Nice.
Dracula, the man, the story, the legacy. The allure of Twilight, True Blood, then the Vampire Diaries.
Twilight.
Hotel Transylvania.
Okay, you know what? Hotel Transylvania is better than Twilight. I will say that.
Literally any vampire movie is better than Twilight.
Yes.
Basically, any love story is better than Twilight.
Also true.
I'm sure the book is decent enough, and I'm sure it's fine and, good enough for, preteen girls who
See, that's
enjoy that kind of thing, but
that's the thing.
not
It's
for me.
not.
As someone who's read all 3 books before, no, it's not.
I haven't read the books, but I've watched enough reviews of people doing both the movies and touching on stuff that's in the books from one person that has read the books, and it's just as bad.
I mean, there's always a new Nicolas Cage movie too.
Oh yeah, Nicolas Cage is getting a new movie.
Yeah,
It's
right now.
technically not his movie. It's his helper's movie.
Also Edge.
Nicolas Cage isn't really going to be showing up in there a lot.
Yeah,
Huh.
I've watched it. It's actually pretty funny. It was-
I was definitely thinking about seeing Renfield because it did look fun.
It's actually in Paramount Pictures and everything.
Apparently that new Redfall game kind of bombed.
It sucks. It's terrible. I'm telling you.
They made a game for the movie.
I don't know if it was a movie. All I know is Redfall sucks.
Oh, Redfall. I thought you said Redfield. That's where I made a mistake. I did see a little bit of someone playing through that. I can't believe vampires just cannot comprehend objects. As long as you stand on the opposite side of an object, they will never go around it to attack you.
That's convenient.
Yeah. I mean, look, AI is
well,
hard.
let's know vampire rules. Much like how they can't eat raw rice.
Ah, yes.
What?
Or no, I don't think it's they can't eat raw rice. It's that certain vampire myths is if you drop a bunch of rice on the ground, they have to meticulously count the rice.
Wow, I came back and I found out there was ads.
Ah,
Just finished ads.
Yeah, just finish that for me.
Well, Draco, have you tried to eat a handful of raw rice?
no.
Just down your throat?
No, I wouldn't want to.
I mean, at least it's not as bad as Tokyo Ghoul, where vampires can only drink black coffee.
I mean, that's not bad. I love black coffee.
That was weird. And I mean, I guess they're not really vampires. They're ghouls, which is slightly different, I guess. Because they're more about
Like-
eating flesh than drinking
Ghouls
blood.
are like the more intelligent version of a zombie.
Yeah. And then you have liches, which are the even more intelligent version of a zombie.
They're just
The more
nerd zombies.
depressing- The more depressing version of a zombie, you mean?
No, the more depressing version of a zombie is vampires. Like, zombies can go out whenever the fuck they want, day or night. Vampires can't go out in day because they become dust.
Unless you're a daywalker.
It's true. Unless you're Blade.
Also, as a vampire, though, you have the unique ability to kind of like be very charismatic. So
That's true. You know what, I'll just start the
you get
game here.
superpowers.
Wait, who were we waiting for? Was it Daluna?
I think we were waiting for porn star.
Okay, so yeah, it reset us to before I
Yay,
started. So I'll just go back to the choice and then we'll wait from there.
What were we waiting?
I'm pretty sure it's Daluna's. He went up to go to the bathroom.
I'm here.
Okay.
Oh.
Whoever's here, raise your hand.
To prove that I'm here.
Excellent.
I didn't see any hands raised.
Okay. You know what? Hold on. Okay, so we know for a fact that Hoshi, Daluna, and Creatures of X are all here. And Rod is here. So is it Chaco?
Porn star?
I
You
never
there?
left. Again.
Okay, so no, everyone is here. We're good.
Okay, porn star's here. We're good.
Okay, so my choices were to crush all those plotting against me with an iron fist, authority, and military. Military is pretty decent. Authority is pretty good, so that would probably just be an auto win. Get elevated by the church to the status of a living saint, which is raise authority, which is good, and faith, which is okay. Declare war on the Ashmedian Empire, which is raise farming in the military. Farming is kind of abysmal. I don't think declaring war on the Ashmedian Empire is a good idea. Or recover the Scepter of Sages, which is raise faith in trade. Trade is at a decent point. Faith is not. I think...
I mean, all the options right now are kind of eh.
Yeah, I think my best option here, really, is to go with the church. Or to use the authority and military to become a dictator again. But that's boring. I was already a dictator. Let's try something new. A wise decision, Your Majesty. I'll send word to my priests. But of course, you need to be worthy. Your priority is to raise your authority and the kingdom's overall faith as much as you can. And of course, there can't be open rebellion among the nobles. All right. So, what about in the name of knowledge? I'm curious about that. For reasons you cannot quite fathom, a cloth-covered cart is wheeled into your court. It stinks all the way to the thereafter. Your Highness, I bring troubling news. That better not be what I think it is. This is the body of one of the palace watch, at least it was. He was slain a few months ago in your castle after trying to kill you. Do you recall? The bear? Just so, Your Majesty. This is he, transformed by some terrible curse. With your permission, I'd like to study him for further to determine the curse's origin. The university would pay handsomely for the privilege. Yeah, you may study the beast, sure, why not? You permit the study of the creature despite the clergy's grumblings. Weeks later, startling news reaches your ears, and the massacre at the university with a similar beast killing a score of professors and students alike, including Professor Drayden. Well, it's a good thing I'm not in stability anymore. This time, no chances are taken. The dead are burned immediately, including the beast, felled eventually by the city watch. You hope this is the last you hear of this curse. Sure. Jesus Christ. Anyway, what this about a witch?
What is it?
For weeks you searched for a witch or warlock that can treat your dark and bloody dreams. Knowing the church would be outraged if they found you out, you must take discreet action in your witch hunt. Have your army scour the countryside, ask traders and traveling merchants for information, pour through ancient texts for answers. Well, I've got a 60% chance of success with trade. Fuck it. Yeah! You have your city watch question every trader coming through the capital, and your loyal nobles do the same. Through the rumor wheel, you hope to find some whispers of what you're searching for. You can only hope a clue turns up soon. Not only are the dreams getting more frequent, they're more vivid. You're starting to doubt their dreams at all. Well, that didn't turn out great. That was a pretty shit season. Back in the north, Chief Daluna 13 is hosting yet another feast in his clan hall. Meat is being passed around in good measure, and some chiefs are dancing on the table. That can only mean two things: really good news or really bad news.
Viva la revolution!
I mean, the East...
Lexwell, pass me a drink, you old tout. I'm drinking till my ancestors feel it.
I'm just throwing this out there. I mean, the barons could rebel and shut down every single plan that's currently going on right now. Were those ice giants I saw on my way through your lands? Have we really done it?
Your eyes don't deceive you, lad. They're marching with us come the morning.
The gods are good, but what happens after the ice giants march?
Acts of my ancestors. I hadn't thought of that. Quick, someone fetch me another drink. And assemble the other chiefs. Quickly, damn you!
I like that. So we're going to ally ourselves with the giants, but what happens when the giants run through? Oh fuck! What have I done?
Look, they can have the north, we can just have everywhere else.
So you have to choose. Do you let the ice giants fight alone and swoop in to the kingdom's rescue? You need to lower authority for that. Or will you march with the giants and devastate the kingdom, which you need to lower stability? Gee, I wonder what they're gonna pick.
Pick A. Pick A.
Pick A, my lord.
Pick A, my lord.
Oh my god.
It's a surprise to absolutely no one.
Who could possibly have seen this turn of events?
I am shocked. Utterly shocked.
I am shaking and crying, RN.
I could feel it in my carpets.
They're gonna march with the giants. There won't be much left of the palace after this, but we'll build a new one, bigger and fancier, with more bones!
You know, it's screw the whole thing.
And more mead.
Mm-hmm.
More mead, more women, more table,
More carpets.
more carpets.
Daluna.
The king's a werewolf. You can turn him into a carpet.
With more berries.
More bones.
Ale sloshes all over the floor as Chief Daluna 13 teeters on the edge of a bench.
Bones for the Bone Throne.
Either way, I'll sort it out when we're done pillaging. For now, let's party.
We do need to make sure the kingdom is sufficiently unstable, don't forget, or they'll unite and repel us, ice giants or no. For the final stage of their schemes, the chiefs must lower stability to 1 or less. Oof. I mean, even though I'm at 3, that's still rough. Alright. Well, suddenly the kingdom's not looking great because we have less nobles all of a sudden. I'm probably fine with just the common tax on everyone, honestly.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
That's weird. It doesn't have the rebellion command anymore. That's strange, because you guys are still at Defiance 8.
Nothing pops up.
Unless something else happened.
Ambition, Sainthood, a Vanity Project, or... what is that down there? Food Riots. Ambitions...
Because they're still starving.
Do the food riots.
Your Majesty, I've received message from the priests beyond the capital. They've been working hard to promote your power in every sermon. I love to see the church and state working together.
Oof.
Absolutely, Your Majesty. Listen to the priest's letters. I have an 80% chance of success because of authority. Yay, success! You command the king of the kingdom is masterful, Your Majesty. The nobles are in no position to push back against you. Now the true journey of sainthood begins. We will scour the kingdom for miracles, so that you can show the holiness of your rule. Please thank your priests for me. Oh, they need no thanks. More than ever, they serve the crown, and the 9th is won. I shall write to my priests directly. They will investigate any potential miracles and send word once they find something. There's only a 40% chance, but let's wait for a miracle. Damn failure. After a few weeks, the Archbishop returns with an immensely sour expression. In the east, a pig seemed to be sick, but then she got up and walked. And a villager in the north claimed that his statue of Saint Bertrand started crying, but his neighbor said it was just the rain. I must pray harder. With respect, Your Majesty, this is larger than just you. We must bring the lost sheep back to our flock. Without a faithful kingdom, there's little to be done. To improve your chances of victories, focus on increasing the kingdom's faith as much as possible in the next 2 seasons. The challenge will decrease in difficulty with each failed attempt. Good to know. The more I fail, the more likely it is I'll succeed. It's foolproof. But what about this vanity project? The chief architect bustles into your office carrying an armful of parchment. Statues can be torn down, paintings can be burned. Don't you think it's time you left a lasting mark on this kingdom? I propose we carve your Majesty's visage into the side of a mountain. It will take a dozen artisans thousands of hours, but will ensure you're always remembered. That does sound pretty pleasing. We could get Mount Rushmore up in here. I'm so glad you think so, Your Majesty. It'll be the talk of the kingdom and beyond. You call a vote to discuss this outrageous plan. A mountainside carved in your likeness will surely get people talking, but it'll take time and a lot of gold. So, what are we doing? Go ahead with the project. It'll be a wonder of the world. We lose 2,000. We lose 2,000 from the treasury. Yes, and add Queen Sorsha to this design. That will make us lose 3,000 treasury, and we'll lose Defiance. Yes, and the nobles will fund it! Their wealth goes down 2,250, and Defiance goes up. Or, this is an idea best left forgotten.
I say B. I'm not funding shit. Fuck that.
Yeah, let's go with B. I would put you up there.
Hey, you know what? I kind of like B too. Add the queen to that. You know what? Just cause.
that you keep using it.
I mean, it's been helpful, but at the same time, it's kind of hurting me.
No. We need to raise those abilities so they don't get Ragnarok, remember?
Yeah, you don't want Ragnarok to happen.
You're 50%.
Yes. Oh, Daluna didn't vote. Although he can't really...
He voted for B, so I don't know why it's not.
There we go. It just went for me.
I went too early, yeah, sorry.
No worries. Many of the chiefs are delighted about the idea of showing off their queen consort in this way. Their defiance is now at 0. The treasury is now at 3,150, and stability has gotten to 4. Thank God. Your wife comes see you straight after the project is announced. The gods are good. This is an excellent idea. The perfect gift for the queen consort who has everything. Oh, it'll be a landmark. A symbol of timeless marriage. Never took you for a romantic, chief architect. Don't get sentimental about kingdom. That's beautiful. I have something in my eye.
I think that's werewolf hair.
Oh, don't, Your Majesty. You'll set me off too. And then how will I see my drawings?
This man really suffers for his art.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Carpets Man's brother.
Yes. Statue man.
My drawings.
My art! My carpets!
My art! My statues!
My leg!
My leg! Planning starts in earnest. A mountainside is covered in scaffolding. You wait eagerly for the news for the project's completion. But the work is plagued by setbacks. The stone is harder to carve than anticipated. Storms knock down the scaffolding. A rock slide erases much of the work that's been done. Ugh. Your Majesty...
And most of the peasants.
Your Majesty, I have to admit that I may have bitten off more than I can chew. This is a disaster! It can be turned around, I swear to the 9th. Oh, you better be right then. As the weeks roll past, it becomes clear the chief architect's grand ideas will take a lot longer to come to fruition. Alright, fine. Alright, so what's this about food riots?
Oh, they hungry.
Daluna?
Yeah.
Daluna.
Yeah.
Sorry, Your Highness, the fireman wins real worse by the day. I look like a complete dork now, by the way.
Yeah.
Riots are breaking out throughout all the major townships, from Samara to Thumbstar. Starving mobs and pillaging bakeries, greeneries, and merchandise. What are we to do?
Well, what are we to do? Do we send in the army to control the riots? That has a 100% chance of success, apparently. Or we could import amounts of food from the Tavalian and Kurth, which will lower our treasury, lower defiance, but increase farming. We could order grain supplies to be diverted from the March, which will raise and lower defiance, lower trade, lower and raise farming, and lower 750 of the wealth from, I'm guessing, the north.
By the way, the reason the Chiefs can't buy anything is because I spent all my money to get that trade up.
Yep.
I like B.
B is pretty good.
I mean, the treasury could probably handle the imports.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see how it goes. I mean, D is also a pretty good option, all things considered. B or D are probably the best. Although I could send in the army and just go back to my authoritarian run that we did for one of the other ones. It has a 100% chance of success.
I can't tell if that says 1600 or 3600.
Oh, that's 1600.
Yes, 1/6.
Looks like Creatures of X still has to vote. There we go, it's unanimous. We'll import food. The treasury is opened and a tide of gold flows out of the kingdom and into the pockets of Tavalnis and Kurth merchants. In return, grain floods the famine-stricken northern lands. Their defiance can't go any lower, and our funds have gone lower. Daluna?
Thank you, Your Greatness. Thank Morgana.
The unrest dies down as soon as the rioters have bread again. It's enough to tide the peasants over until the next harvest. Farming has now finally gone up to 3. Thankfully, they finally have food. An insidious plot in the marsh. Somewhere in the marsh, Baron Broadenrod sits at a banquet gnawing at a greasy chicken leg. He and his fellow plotters discuss their scheme between mouthfuls. Broaden.
The council demands a shake-up, but the king resists all calls to replace his advisors.
A great...
Sorry. A great...
No, go ahead if you want to read it.
Yeah. A great shame. There's little we can do while the king's position is so powerful.
The Baron's aim is to lower authority to 4 or less. Alright, let's see. I could get veto back or the monarch's golden choice. You know what? I think I will take the golden choice and get rid of reverse voting. Didn't really help me all that much. And now I can bribe people with money to vote my way. Oh, shit, I accidentally clicked Clairvoyant Visit. Creatures of X the Third.
Why am I different?
Because it reloaded.
Yeah.
You look fabulous, man.
Your Highness, Your Grace, Count Royal Hershey has been having prophetic dreams.
Count Royal Hoshi.
It is true. I can part the veil between now and some way off.
Give me a prophecy then.
So you're saying these are sweet dreams that are made of these?
Well, who am I to disagree?
I can look into the future and speak through. It speaks through me. No more, no less. For example, I dreamt that the Baron Frank Rod being beheaded.
Well, that's not good.
No.
And a plague of bees would bring doom upon Baron Chocolate Zombie 101, the second's house.
That's not good at all.
Bees?
That's even worse than the Beheading.
Oh no, they've hired Dr. Bees.
Oh God! Who let Dr. Bees in here?
What's this? A game of King of the Castle woefully underpopulated by bees? A large influx of bees ought to put a stop to that.
Oh God, no, he's in!
What? Great God, I can't live without honey on my toast. Because butter is for poor people.
Ugh. Absolutely.
Look, actually, I kind of agree with that. Like, honey on toast just tastes better.
Honestly, I prefer peanut butter on toast.
I put butter on my toast.
Peanut butter.
Butter toast.
But
The
butter
only
and
reason I
cinnamon.
can't say like prefer peanut butter is if I want to eat the peanut butter. But
Butter toast. Anyway.
But butter and cinnamon, though. With some chocolate milk.
Yeah, buttered cinnamon. I'm hungry now.
Anyways, please, Your Grace, have him foretell the future for the council. We could gain insight into great.
I mean, so far, every prophecy he's made has been horrible things happening. I don't know if we want to expand the net on that. But let's see. Alright, just this once, begin the visions. There's a 50% chance of this going well or poorly. Or we throw this charlatan in the dungeon, that is a 20% chance of failure or success. Well, 80% chance of failure or 20% chance of success. Or make Count Royal Hoshi an official council advisor. This will raise and lower defiance. It will increase the trade, increase the farming, and lower my authority.
I like C.
C sounds fun.
C sounds great.
Yeah.
Just gonna...
Let's do C.
Let's see how it goes. I mean, C is probably the best option out of all of these. We have a 50-50 shot at failure with A. 2 is guaranteed to fail, basically.
You know, let's make the visionary a council member.
You're the guy that sees nothing but doom and
This is
gloom?
not a complete swamp.
What king holder we killed now?
I'm putting my odds on him. He says a swarm of bees are going to attack my kingdom. If he ends up being right, yes, it's a swarm of bees, but that means that he knows what he's doing.
It's true. Well, it was only your household that's getting attacked by bees, apparently. Hey,
And if I died, then you know what?
just don't get beheaded.
Your Grace. I'm certain he will not disappoint.
Sure enough, Count Royal Hoshi has uncanny sense of what's best for the East. Trade goes up, farming goes up. But the other nobles start muttering this seeing the unseen is no more than disguise for giving out special treatment. God damn, the marsh is almost at 10 defiance. Can the king really be trusted with the charlatan constantly whispering in his ears? Authority goes down. So we have the Gossamer Shield and the Ritual. Well, I'm curious about this ritual over here first. Just when you're about to give up hope on finding a witch, a merchant traveling through the capital from distant Draco tells you where you can find one, after a few dozen drinks, of course. Her name...
Yes, good old Dracoshov.
Her name is Magdalene, and she has agreed to meet with you in a secluded grove just outside of Dracoshov in the north. Regarding her for the first time, you know she's very much a witch. Thick ragged hair, toothy grin. The only thing she's missing is a pointed hat and a cat.
Or a dog.
Or a dog. Or a toad.
Or bear.
You have the scent of the beast on you, Your Majesty. I see why you have come. Tell me what I need to do to stop these dreams. To be cured, you will need to undergo a dangerous ritual. I can help you, but you must be prepared. Or, I can help you overcome the spirit within you, giving you control over your new power. But that ritual is more dangerous.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I could be a werewolf king. But that's more dangerous.
Well, look what happened to Creatures of X when he controlled his werewolf urges.
I mean, eventually he couldn't control it anymore, but he didn't have a ritual done, as far as we know.
Well, someone just got on his bad side.
He was provoked.
I mean, you guys did take away my father's royalty, got him killed, accused me and tried throwing me in a dungeon, and then tried to take me for all I'm worth and only gave me $1.50 for my troubles. So, clearly, you know.
I mean, it was the wizard that gave you $1.50, not the noble specifically, to be fair.
I know, but
And
the
you
king
controlled
could
your
have given me more money.
And you controlled your werewolfness very well after all that.
Just rid me of this curse, I beg you. First, we must procure a number of rare ingredients. I will need the antlers of an ancient wither stag, a live goat, a moonstone dagger, and a bottle of wine. Red only, please. Most of these things I can procure myself with time. But any help would be appreciated if you wish to be cured quickly, especially with the antlers. You know, risk being found out. You have to find these things on your own.
question is, can you actually afford to find all this stuff without going bankrupt?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to say I cannot risk being found out. You allow
What if
Magdalene...
the church were to find out that you were doing pagan rituals?
Yeah, look, what they don't know won't hurt them. You allow Magdalene to search for the ingredients and lie low. When you next meet with Magdalene, she's prepared a ritual circle in her grove. The goat is brought before the oldest tree in the circle, then slaughtered with the moonstone dagger. As you do. The blood mixes with the wine, which she bids you to drink, before tying you down to a stone altar.
And she also drinks the wine.
What about the antlers? Patience, your majesty. Magdalene takes a mortar and pestle and mixes the antlers in the blood wine, creating a thick, mushy paste. The moment the substance passes your lips, horrible sights swim about your vision. The great spirit of a wolf howls from beyond the trees. It's a beast covered in thick, coal-black fur, its eyes glowing with otherworldly sight, its maw dripping with blood. Well, I have a 90% chance of success. Clench my jaw. Pain streaks through your body as you thrash at the bindings. The great wolf spirit roars in defiance, then starts to fade. The last thing you see before you pass out is its eyes staring deep into yours. When you awake, Magdalene greets you with a smile. The ritual was a success, your majesty. The dreams will plague you no longer. You almost want to hug her. The nightmare is finally over. Hooray! I am no longer a werewolf.
For now.
But what about this Gossamer shield stuff? Creatures of X the Third?
Your Grace, heed my plea. The great tragedy of our time has befallen the East.
You ran out of capes?
It's more than capes, it is the carpet.
Oh no.
The carpets.
The return of the carpets.
My brother lost his art. Worse even than that, I fear. An order of once great knights has fallen into disrepute. It's the order of the Gossamer Shield, Your Majesty. They were once the greatest of the knightly orders to serve the counts. Their virtues were so extolled by bards across the land. Tales that would make a troll weep. Don't mind my voice, I smoke with these years. But they've been brought low. Their workings as glorified bounty hunters for the march. This is a stain on the honor of the East.
Rod?
Oh, nonsense. Our military has suffered some setbacks recently, so we hired Gossamer Security to keep order. For a pretty penny, I might add. Gossamer Security has been solving the problems we want solved and kicking the buttocks we want kicked. I just keep changing this guy's voice every time.
Yeah, no kidding.
Blood and stars, Gossamer Security. How has it come to this? These are knights, not mercenaries, and they need reminding of a little thing called chivalry.
Chivalry 2 is apparently a free game with PS Plus this month.
Please, Your Highness, I beg the council to be reasonable and for another 50 packs of cigarettes.
Alright, Council, what shall we do? Do we recall the order and restore its courtly dignity? This will raise and lower defiance, probably raising the defiance of the Marsh, which is borderline rebellious already. lowers star stability, lowers the wealth of, I'm guessing, the marshes. Or no, wait, it I guess would lower the wealth of the counts, and it lowers the farming. I don't know how exactly that pans out, but it do. We could invest in Gossamer security to help protect the marsh. This lowers our treasury by 600. We'll lower and raise Defiance accordingly. The Defiance will be raised on the counts. It will be lowered on the barons. And trade will go up for the barons. We could hire the Order to watch the palace. The treasury goes down a significant amount, 1,100, and my authority goes up. Or we just ignore the situation, let it go as it will. Military goes up for the barons. Defiance goes up for the counts, and authority goes down.
I see no problem here.
Well, we can't
Oh,
go with
okay.
D because can't
No, no,
handle the
no.
situation. All of us will go up. Can't
Yeah.
hire the Order to watch the place because the treasury is already almost broke, and we can't go with D because the Defiance is already at 9. Could you imagine what they do at 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vote A.
I'm gonna say vote A.
I mean, A is going to increase the barons to 10 Defiance, but you know what? Fuck it, let's see how it goes.
Do you really want a rebellion?
I mean, no, but people are voting for A, so we'll see how this goes.
Well, let me just say above game, I would have voted A regardless because I need your stability to go down.
Alright, well, it looks like we're recalling the Order to try and restore their dignity.
You have sealed your fate. Father Ninth, you haven't seen the last of this. I cannot keep a consistent voice.
Unfortunately, with the Knights of the Gossamer Shield recalled to the east, the Order breaks down in the march. Clever poachers hide out in the forest and target the Baron's favorite hunting grounds, leaving them with no choice but to import expensive food. Stability goes down, the Baron's wealth goes down, their farming goes down. Still, the Counts are pleased. Hopefully, the reputation of the Order will recover.
Oh, you were that 2 in that one.
Now, normally I would go to end this. Well, I could still end the season, but I think we're gonna end here because I have work at 8:30 and it's already 12:30 in my time.
Yeah,
So
that's probably a good idea.
I should probably end for the night here. So
Hold on, they're rebelling.
oh no,
I recommend 24-hour stream. Let's go.
I don't think so. But you know, let's end things off. We'll start with outros. How's everybody doing tonight? We'll start with we'll start with Hoshi. How are you doing tonight, Hoshi?
Oh, I'm doing good. Great. Just can't wait for starting on the Tuesday campaign now.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, I forgot you've joined us over on the thing that's going to be happening.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Auden, how are you doing? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna enjoy that day.
I have been working hard on getting all the stuff. I still have a bunch of monsters I gotta put in there. But I'm getting down that list. Now, Rodden, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, all things considered, that my kingdom is going to try to rebel against you.
I mean, it's...
And you have Ragnarok on your doorstep.
Yeah.
And you guys completely forgot about we have Jesus baby, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, that was weird. It was never touched on again for some reason, and I think it's weird, like, it's not showing the rebel option on here anymore, and I don't know why it wouldn't.
You might be too far into the game.
Maybe?
I'm not complaining about it.
But
I want a revolution, but you know, whatever, it's fine.
yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean,
As long as you lose, I'll be satisfied.
wow. Thanks. Really feeling the love right now.
I love chaos, I'm sorry.
Right.
Okay.
Chaco, how are you doing? What do you got going on?
Hi, I'm doing great. You can find me on Twitter at TheChocoZombie101. You can find me for a double dose on Tuesdays, twitch.tv/SchwartzThePerson for Power Rangers Cyber Strike around 2 p.m. EST time depending, where I play Marika Hammond, the Red Cyber Strike Ranger, and you can also find Daluna over there. And coming soon, hopefully next Tuesday, I'm assuming we're going to be doing it here,
Yes.
twitch.tv/Draco Magnius for Heckna, a third-party homebrew campaign where we have where we've been invited to a very auspicious-looking carnival.
Mm. And nothing bad will happen. Probably. Maybe. Anyway.
And everything bad happened.
Daluna, how are you doing? What you got
I'm
going?
doing rather well, like Draco, or like Draco said. Find me on Tuesdays at Twitch Person, where I'm playing Nova the Blue Cyber Strike Ranger. We just had something kind of crazy happen in the last session. We got to figure out what the fuck we're gonna be doing after that. So definitely tune in on Tuesday to find out.
All right.
Other than that, like Draco said, like I'm also part of the upcoming campaign here on Draco's channel for the Tuesday. I've played this once. I've died 2 times in the one session I had in this module. So, I'm like, if you want to do a death pool, I wouldn't be against it.
Well, hopefully things go better for you in this run.
Well, the first time was kind of my own stupidity, but the second one was on the DM.
Fair enough. Oh, you know what? I just
Don't remind me of dying characters. I had a campaign with called Gaber Shaw that I died 15 times within an hour.
And, Pixel, what do you have going on?
I'm doing horribly. To be fair. I'm Pixel, otherwise known as KotC, otherwise known as Lady Chaos, otherwise known as Junk Food the Red Panda, Glide Beloved Mango Punch Trees, Vampire Named X, and so on and so forth, of the creatures of X and C, XRTTV. I'm currently in debt right now because of reasons. So if it's okay if I can promote something here.
Yeah, sure, going for it. That's what this is for, after all.
Okay, well, this is my Streamlabs Furry Coven merch, meaning that it is nudish. There is no nudes, it is nudish. To help me kind of get out of debt. But, I'm fine. I just living off pancake mix for a month. It's really the gist of all of it. But other than that, I'm doing great. I'm growing more on my channels. CXR recently jumped to 70 from 50. My main channel is getting close to 450, and I'm starting up the 3rd channel again because I have my 3rd computer finally fixed. So 3 channels. Huzzah!
Nice. And of course, you've all already found me here. I stream on Mondays, soon to be Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. On Monday, I think we're still up in the air about going back to the Metalock right now, so I'm going to be doing crosscode until we get that properly sorted out.
Sorry, I can't yet. I'm not going to be able to get my computer back for at least another 3 weeks.
No worries. I just wanted to make sure we were clear on what exactly is happening. So yes, we're going to be doing more crosscode then. We managed to beat Green Robin in a duel, barely, but we did. And now we're going to continue the Path of the Ancients. It's going to be interesting. On Tuesday, come and join me, Daluna, Chaco, Hoshi, Milla, and Rabbit as they make their way through the Revelia, created by the clown Hecna, who's a pretty great clown. You know, I'm not biased or anything, or contractually obliged or anything silly like that to say such things. That's just a fact that we're saying. It's going to be a real fun ride. Come to the carnival with us. See what shenanigans everybody gets into. Maybe horror? Who can say? Wednesday. I'm almost finished with Majora's Mask. The only thing left to do is take on Skull Kid. So, we're going to ignore him for a little bit as we go through every single day and do the side quest, because I want to canonically have some side quests done before we take out Skull Kid, because that just makes me feel better. And of course, Thursday, you can join, if I can just get that command in real quick to make this a lot easier. Odyssey. Bop. You can join Lost Knights, Creatures of X Gaming, Broad and Rod, Onyx Locket, and Royal Hoshi. All here at 9:30 on Thursday. We're in the cusp of the games. Before they head off on the Ultras, they got to stock it up and all that. Got a lot of medals so far with all of our different party members. There's just the boxing match left before the grand relay, and we see how that turns out for them. And side quests and other stuff, maybe we'll see how long it takes them to get through the games. But with all of that said and done, I think it's time for us to find someone to raid. Rabbit is live, so I would like to raid Rabbit.
Actually, I got a suggestion.
Okay.
I suggest that we raid Draco Magnius. I love that guy.
There he is.
Yeah. You know, I like that idea, but I feel we should raid Rabbit because, you know, he's going to be in